This is a Miami Sports Music Podcast Network production. This is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers, let's go.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been
What up, baby?
Biz for life, we throw the folk.
Better late than never.
Two a time.
It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. Super excited to be hanging out with y'all. It is November the 1st.
My intuition told me this.
It is Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show. Super excited to be hanging out with you today. We got a big show, a king-size show today. I'm your host, Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on all social media at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Make sure you guys follow me there. Everywhere at Stephen D. SKPL. You can also follow Miami Sports Music everywhere at Miami Sports Music, except on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, at MIA Sports Music. All right? We're going to be there. Also, hey, look, on your way in today, make sure you hit that like button. Give us the big thumbs up. All right? It helps. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to hit the like button. And share the link. Let people know that we're live because we can't grow without your help. So if you want to come hang out, or you want to hang out with us, hit the like button and hit the share link. All right. Let everybody know that we're live. Share us on Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, your mama's text messages, your daddy's text messages, your cousin, your grandma, your uncle. Who else am I forgetting? Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. Am I missing anybody? I'm trying to think of all the everything. Cousin. I said cousin, Alex. I said cousin. All right. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel too. All right. Subscribe to the channel. We have over 11,000 subscribers. We just hit 11,050 subscribers. Oh, stepdad, stepmom. There you go. Grandma, grandpa, therapist. I see what y'all are doing in there. I see y'all. I like the therapist one, Robert. That's good. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. Uncle, aunt. Yes. See, I knew y'all would help. Make sure you share it with everybody is what I'm saying. Cat for Life said mistress. I ain't going down that road. No, sir. You're not about to get me in trouble. No, sir. Nope. Your pediatrician. We got to find a new pediatrician here. So I don't know. Second cousin, twice removed from my mama's side, my sister's father's cousin, who, you know that guy. You know that person. Yes, I got you. Aldo. Yeah, we all know. Sugar mama. Ooh, I like that one. That's good, too. Hey, look, sign up to become a member today. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. We'd love for you to sign up and become a member today. We can't grow without you guys becoming a member. Manalo says, parole officer, your PO officer. Make sure you let your PO officer know about Clock Blockers, okay? I like that one, Manalo. That's good. Sugar daddy. You might have a sugar daddy. I don't know. Y'all are coming up with some really good ones in the chat today. I like it. Hey, look, help the channel grow by donating. There's a few different ways you can do it. You can use the YouTube Live Super Chat, which is the $ below the bottom of the chat, or you can also use Cash App and PayPal, which is $MSM Podcast Network, or use the QR code that's right on your screen, or MSM Podcast Network, or use the QR code right on your screen. PJ Max says, Sugar Pimp, your supervisor, Dunkle. I think you meant Uncle. I already said it. We already said Uncle Mark. We already said your local mafia leader, Scar305 said. You better let your local mafia leader know about Miami Sports Music and Clock Blockers, Scar305. You better let them know. Your sister's dog, your brother's dog. Yep. Let them know. Let them know, too, about Clock Blockers. It's a great show. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors of the show, ZSM Sports. ZSM Sports, the #1 place to get your cards, jerseys, balls, and hard-to-find items. Make sure you follow ZSM Sports today. And Tailgreeter. Download the app today on your current Apple or Android devices, make sure you do that today. All right? All right. We got a great show lined up for you today. Your dad's best friend's neighbor's cat, PJ Max says. Daddy's uncle mix. Apple, not crapple. No, it's Apple. It's crapple. It's not Apple. Download the app on your current crapple or Android device today. Make sure y'all do that. Okay? All right. Oh, man. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. Oh, wait. Oh, you know why that's not working? Hold on. There we go. I'd help if I had it turned up. Turned up. How did trick-or-treating go for y'all yesterday? Trick-or-treating went well for me. We sat in front of our house in like the garage so the wind wasn't whipping us. And we had trick-or-treaters, and we had these little welcome cards. We're new to the neighborhood. Come by and see us. It was cold, though. It was really windy and cold, at least for Mississippi. And there wasn't as many trick-or-treaters as I thought there would be. So I was a little disappointed about that, but it's all good. It's all good. Just gave out candy to the kids. You know, Steve loved the kids. My kids had a blast. My son did like one walkthrough and was like, I don't want to walk no more. I'm just going to sit here with daddy and give out candy. And my daughter and my wife went around the neighborhood and they got a whole buttload of candy. I'm pretty sure I don't need candy for a while because we got a whole bunch of it. I overdid it. I got way too much candy to give out to the kids. And then my kids got a whole bunch more candy on their own. So this is Halloween it's all about the candy companies making their dough. You know, that's how they make their money. It's just a holiday for the candy companies. It's a great marketing ploy. I love how like the 50-year-old man in me's coming out. Look, this Halloween thing is just a ploy for the candy companies to get their money. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm telling you, that's how I was feeling last night when I was sitting there with a big bowl of candy, and I'm like, so I overdid it. I spent like $70 in candy yesterday. Overdid it. Could have just spent one bag, $24.99. Instead, I got 3 bags. And you got some sort of deal. So I wasn't happy about that, but it was whatever. What's your DDG asked? What did you ask, DDG? What's your number one candy draft pick? Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, man. All right. So I'm a big chocolate guy. Obviously, I'm married into the chocolate. So I love chocolate. Where's it at? Bam. I love chocolate. I'm a big Reese's, like anything Reese cups is good. Reese's sticks are probably my favorite candy. But I'm probably gonna go. Man, I like Almond Joys. That coconut and the chocolate is fire. It's fire. I'm just saying, it's fire. So that's probably my number one draft pick. I would probably say that's what it is. It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. For those of you who don't know about Wildin' Out Wednesday, there are rules to this thing. It is a day where everybody gets a chance to come on and we get to debate Dolphins or whatever it is you want to debate. If you want to debate candy, I don't care. It is Wildin' Out Wednesday. It is a show that is made for the fans by the fans. But there are some rules, just like we have each and every day. There is a swear jar. Every swear word is $1. If you drop the F-bomb, it's $2. If you get over $5 in your swear jar, you got to get kicked off till you pay swear jar up or somebody pays your swear jar on your behalf. If you donate $25 to the channel, or anybody on your behalf donates $25 to the channel, you get to have a swear jar pass for the day. Okay? If anybody at any point in time during today donates $100, there is no swear jar. Swear jar goes out the window. You guys can cuss all you want. We try to make it safe for work, but I know sometimes y'all like to let it fly. There's timeouts and bans. How does it work? Well, if somebody doesn't like what you're saying, they can pay $10. They can time you out. They can pay $50. They can ban you for the day. But you or someone on your behalf can pay to bring you back once that happens. The original person who banned or timed out at that person can no longer ban or time out at that level. They have to move up to the next tier. But anybody else can ban or time out at any level. At any point in time, remember, you can pay double to bring you back from the ban or timeout. Remember, this is for fun. It supports the channel. Enjoy. Do not take it personally, okay? This is just for fun, okay? Let's have fun with it. Don't take it personally. The link is pinned to the top of the page. I'm going to wait till I get about 4 or 5 people on the back, and then I'm going to bring you all on. And we're going to have a show today. It's y'all's show. It's a show that's made for the fans by the fans. In the meantime, I'm going to say hello to some of the people in the chat. Adam Sadowski is here. Alex is in the building. Alex is already waiting in the back room. I'm going to wait for a couple more people to get into the back room. PJ Max says F-bomb. Yep, you know it. On the other hand, enjoyed my Halloween, giving out candy to kids in their costumes. There were some really good costumes. Really, really good costumes. I read something that was really, really good yesterday talking about bigger kids that trick-or-treat, that they could be out doing other things. So if you see a big kid trick-or-treating, give them candy and don't. So I thought that was really cool. So anytime there were some big kids that were just like walking, they were dressed up, but they weren't. And I was like, come here and get some candy. So that was pretty dope. That was pretty cool. We did that. DDG, what's up, man? Manalo's in the building. Mounds and Almond Joy all day. I know, man. They're really good. They're really good. Alex says Kit Kats. Kit Kats are good. I like it. Pete is the candy corn of the Dolphins community. Okay. We're sitting. I like it. Xavier Howard says he's ready to play today. Hey, look, I'm with it. I am with it. I love it. Let's see. What else? I think there was somebody in here that's saying that they were from Germany. Who was in here saying earlier that they were from Germany? Let me go back through here. There we go. Afternoon from the UK. Looking forward to flying out to Frankfurt on Saturday, Robert said. What up, Robert? Out here in the UK watching us, going to the Germany. I'm jealous to everybody who's over there, man. It's going to be really, really good. Manalo says, Javon Holland says he feels good. Look, this is going to be the first game this year where I would probably say 90% or 95%, with the exception of week 1, where everybody's going to be here, which is going to be great. So I'm pretty excited. Jags Junkie, what's up, Roach? How are you, buddy? He said that makes sense since I love candy corn. Holland is out of protocol. I like it. Hey, look, all these guys, they're going to play this Sunday, and it's going to be the game we need them to play in, which is ultimately what we need. We need to win. So I'm pretty stoked and excited about that. Lorenzo says, I am from Florida, but I now live in Germany. Lorenzo, are you going to the game? Are you going to the game in Germany? Got my ticket. Gonna be awesome. My first live Fins game. Shout out to you, Robert. Super excited for you, man. I remember my very first Dolphins game. My very first Dolphins game was in Baltimore. Was with my wife. I'd never been to a Dolphins game before. And, finally got a chance to go. And Brandon Marshall, I think, was still on the team at the time. And we ended up losing. Of course we did. That was my very first Miami Dolphins game, period, was in Baltimore. My very first home Dolphins game was also against Baltimore. And it was the day I found out that my wife was pregnant with our first child. That was a little over 10 years ago. So I want to say the first time I had ever went to a Dolphins game was probably 11 or 12 years ago. And then the year after, I think it was probably 11 years ago or 12 years ago. And then 11 years ago was my first game in Miami. So it was pretty dope, man. You never forget your first. You never forget who plucked your cherry, man. And your first Dolphins game is awesome. And the fact that you get to see it in Germany, which is, no lies, is pretty dope. So it's going to be good. Let's see here. Lorenzo said, you're not going to the game? Oh, Lorenzo, I'm so sorry you're not going to the game, man. You got to get with the Lorenzo, are you with the German fan club? You got to get with the Dolphins German fan club there, man. Those are awesome guys. Jeff Sykes says, at Miami Sports Music, why is everyone harping on the Dolphins not beating winning teams when the Chiefs have only beat one winning team, and that's the Jags? Jeff, buddy, I have been saying for weeks now. After the how about this? After the Philadelphia game, I've been standing on the table and saying that I think the Dolphins are the best team in the AFC, and I stand behind that. They're the most consistent team, I think, in the NFL. Period. To be perfectly honest with you, the team that comes close. A close second, all right, is probably Baltimore, because they're 6-2 also, and I want to say their two losses came against the Steelers, who again divisional opponent, right, and the Colts, right. So even they, our two losses came against two of the best teams in the NFL. One of them we got killed, a divisional opponent. I don't care what anybody says. When you get killed by a divisional opponent, it's not the end of the world. That stuff. Denver beat Kansas City last week. It was a divisional opponent. Nobody knows you better than a divisional opponent. So, Jeff, I'll say this. As far as, me and my take, I think we are. I think we're the most consistent team in the NFL. The Philadelphia game, there was 6.5 minutes left. And in 6.5 minutes, it was a one-score game. It was a one-score game, Jeff. And so I saw fight out of them. We had a lot of things that were against us in that Sunday night game. One of them being we were in Philadelphia. That's a very hostile environment. I was there. Trust and believe. Very hostile. But, man, it's really interesting when you look at it because, I mean, look, they went toe-to-toe with a team that was in the Super Bowl last year. And they didn't quite get over that hump, but I saw the fight in them. And I'm like, you know what? We're there. This is it. And after what I saw last week with the Kansas City Chiefs, and again, I know it's a divisional opponent. I get it. But they can be beat. They're not invincible. And granted, they lost to the team that we beat 70-20. So what does that say about us? I think by all intents and purposes, Miami Dolphins are the best team in the AFC and arguably the NFL. And they're probably the most consistent team in all of the NFL. Look at what's happened with Philadelphia and San Francisco over the last few weeks. They haven't won. They haven't been, they've struggled a little bit. And so if Miami my prediction, okay, and I know it's Wednesday, my prediction is that we take care of business on Sunday against Kansas City and Germany. And when that happens, and when we win, and we will win, ladies and gentlemen, who's arguing with us that we're not the best team in the NFL at that point? We'll be sitting at 7-2, right? We're going into the bye week. We're getting everybody back healthy. Like, I'm telling you right now, if there was ever a time to believe in the Miami Dolphins, if there was ever a time to believe in what they can do as a team, it is now. It is 100% now. 100%. So that's how I look at it, That's how I look at it. Let's see here. Tickets were sold out before I could purchase tickets to the game, but you the best. Believe I am certainly going to watch it. No, I am not with the Germany Miami Dolphin Club. Lorenzo, you got to get with those guys. They're awesome. Go to Facebook, look up the German Dolphin Club, and tell them I sent you. And they're good guys, man. You got to get with them. They're great. You got to go to, I think they're having a big meet and greet the night before, Lorenzo. So you got to find that out. So maybe you can go to that. Robert says they improved in the Philly game compared to the Bills game. So I hope the improvement continues into a win this week. I 100% agree. I mean, that's That's evolution, and I think that's where we're at. Take the refs out of the equation, we win that game against Philly, in my opinion. I'm not going to say we win that game against Philly, Jeff, because that tush push is still something that I don't know how you stop. But it's probably a 3-point game, right? It's super close. I'm not going to come out and say that we would have won the game. I'm just going to say it would have been a lot closer, a hell of a lot closer. And so I look at that and I say to myself, okay, all right, I'm not going to say we're going to win. We would have won, but I'll say we would have played the end of the fourth quarter a hell of a lot differently because the game would have been 10 times closer. Right. So, and by the way, look, nobody wants to talk about it, but let's talk about it. Till Dog says you stop the tush push by outlawing it. Let me just say this, and then I'll go to Till Dog's comment. I'll say this: as far as the Dolphins and look, you had the refs. That's undeniable. You had the tush push. That's a whole thing all on its own. And then there's two other factors, right? There was some plays that Tua should not have thrown the ball where he threw it. He made some questionable decisions. I'm not questioning Tua. I love Tua. He's the MVP of the NFL right now. He's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. He's playing like the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I love the guy. But he definitely made some questionable decisions on that Sunday night game. And you also have to say that drop passes on Sunday night, especially by Tyreek, played a factor into it, right? I don't know if we would have beat Philly without the if you took away the referees. But it definitely would have been a different game, and we would have played it different in the end of the fourth quarter. So that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at. As far as Till Dog's comment of outlawing the tush push, I am not 100% on board with that. I want one of two things to happen, though. If you're going to keep it, you need to allow the defense to put people up behind the defensive line to be able to go against that as well. Almost rugby style like, right? That's what you need to do. You need to allow linebackers and safeties to come up behind the defensive linemen and push them and make that legal. If you're going to allow it on the offensive side of the ball, you have to allow it on the defensive side of the ball. And if you're not going to, then yes, I'm all for outlawing it. But I don't want that to be the first thing to say. Let's go ahead and outlaw the tush push. No, I don't want to do that. And so that's where I'm at. You have to allow the secondary to be able to push, or the linebackers in the secondary to be able to push too. And if you do that, then it's even. You're good there. Now, to be fair, the Dolphins on that very last drive, or one of those very last drives in Philadelphia, where they went down the field, they ended up scoring, taking a 2 possession lead. They got 3 or 4 first downs on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, or on 3 first downs on 4th and 1. But the Dolphins on 3rd down didn't have to let those guys get that close, right? So you also gotta step up on the defensive side too, which, by the way, in my opinion, the Dolphins have been evolving on the defensive side of the ball and been doing it. So it'll be interesting. All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Last night at midnight, the Las Vegas Raiders fired head coach and GM at midnight, late in the morning, early in the morning, whatever you want to call it, late at night. They got rid of Josh McDaniels. They got rid of the GM there, and they're going full tank mode. And the one person, again, it goes back to yesterday, talking about, the trade deadline. I don't understand why you don't trade away an asset. If you're going full tank mode anyway, might as well get something for him and get him out of there. Do right by him. They did not. And I'm telling you right now, if I'm any free agent in the NFL, that is a dumpster fire of a franchise, and I want nothing to do with them right now. But they are definitely going full tank mode. Are they saying they're starting Aiden O'Connell for the rest of the year? I don't know who that is, but let's go Aiden O'Connell. Raiders gave Josh McDaniels a 6-year contract in January of 2022. He has over 4 full years left on the deal, and the Raiders are obligated to pay it. Man, that's just bad. This is bad football. Everything about it is bad. All right, let's see here. I dropped the link in the chat. I'm going to do it again. It's pinned to the top of the page. It's Wiling Out Wednesday. I was waiting for a few people to get up there. I wanted for like 3 or 4 people to get in the back. But I'm not waiting all day for you, so I'm going to bring on the first person. My man, Alex. Good morning, Alex. What's up, buddy?
Steven, good morning. How are you, bud?
I'm pretty good, man. I think I'm getting a little under the weather. Everybody in my house was kind of sick. And so now I think I'm getting a little sick. So damn these kids and their germs and their germs.
We get it from the school, so
I know, man. It kills me. My son has been like my son moving to this area has not been 100% since we moved here. Like he's still having a difficult time adapting to this weather or to this climate. And my daughter, every few weeks is like got a sick or a cough and can't seem to shake it. So it's this new house and new climate.
Give us some.
Yeah, I know. It's just a lot, man.
Yeah, give us some time. All right.
Daniel Taylor says, we wash our hands very thoroughly here, Daniel. Thank you.
It was the same way when we moved down here to Texas. So
how long have you been there now?
It was the same here. Once we got down, we've been here since June of 2022. June of 2022.
So how long did it take for them to like get accustomed? About a year, 6 months.
I say about a year because they were.
Everybody's telling me 6 months to a year is what it'll take for the kids to get adjusted to this climate. And this
it took them about because when they got down here they weren't in school yet, so it was during the summertime. So as soon as they got it, when it took them at least four months into the school year for them to get accustomed to it, and
well, I got a little bit
longer. Sick every now and then, but. Yeah,
lovely. I got a little bit longer to go. All right, man. What do you think about this week, man?
I think we got this, bro. I think we got this win on Sunday, and like I said, do the little things right. Get the running game established. Stop Mahomes. Keep Mahomes in the pocket. And don't let him get to the outside because that's when he's dangerous. To the outside, running on, throwing on the run. The outside of Travis Kelce, who in this receiver core scares you?
Nobody does, but they don't need to have a receiving core to win. They've clearly won a Super Bowl as Juju Smith is their number 1 wide receiver. Let's call a spade, my guy.
He's missing dramatically on that offense. They're missing him dramatically.
Who, Juju? Look, I get it. I understand. But come on now. Like, they have Patrick Mahomes. Like, I want to have a real conversation of what it's going to take to stop Patrick Mahomes on Sunday because
you have to put a spy on him.
And by the way, their defense is pretty stout too, right? Their defense is good too. So that's also going to be a thing all on its own. What's up, Batman? What's up, Mailman?
What's up, everybody? What's going on?
What's up, my guy? How are you?
Feeling good. The return of the Tua. We're coming back this Sunday, 9:30 a.m. I'm excited. I put into perspective, Steven, I'm more excited about this game on Sunday than I was for the playoff game last year. I'm hyped, really, 100%. This is the Tua Revenge Tour. Let's not forget what happened last time we faced Patrick Mahomes in Miami. So I think we're going to have a defense is going to step up. This offense is going to be lights out. We're hearing that Connor Williams is playing. Thank God, because I know Alex's favorite player is out if Connor's playing. I'm happy that we might get Teron Armstead back, according to McDaniel this morning. I'm happy Javon Holland is back. Prayers up and fast recovery for Brandon Jones. What else we got? What else did we hear?
I mean, look, I said it earlier. One of the things,
Everybody's back.
yeah, I love the fact that everybody's back, right? Javon Holland is going to suit up. And look, I want you all to picture the secondary right now. Xavier Howard, Jalen Ramsey, Javon Holland, Brandon Jones, Deshaun Elliott. Like, it's Cater Kahoo, Cam Smith. Everybody's going to be back there.
The scary
And,
hours, Steven. Scary
huh?
hours. Scary hours. It's still
Oh,
Halloween.
no doubt. And any quarterback should just be like, I got to throw to these guys. I got to throw to all of these guys. And so that thing all on in its own is definitely it's going to show some stuff, man. It's definitely
Even
Look at
Patrick
him.
Mahomes,
Look at
even
him,
for a
guys.
quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, that's scary, man. That's scary.
leave that little man alone. Let that man sleep, Alex. Let that kid sleep.
Alex is always bothering the kids, stealing iPads, waking them up. He's always doing the most.
Leave that kid alone. Let that boy sleep. Now, man, I think it's going to be good. Now, my question to you is, getting pressure to Patrick Mahomes is a way to, one of the things for years that Miami Dolphins did really good in past teams, no matter who was the head coach, is we rattled Brady when we played Brady, and that is one of the reasons that we had the success that we had against Tom when we played against them. Is that the same thing, Batman, you think, against Patrick? You got to rattle Patrick in order to get to him, in order for him to, do that? Or is it something that you can let Patrick Mahomes do their thing and we can stop other parts of the offense?
Not being honest, I don't think Patrick Mahomes could be rattled. He's that one quarterback. But Steven, if you're able to constantly put pressure on him with the defensive line and sacks and all these blitzes, exotic blitzes that we do and all that crazy stuff, I think we could slow him down. As far as the word rattled, he might be the only quarterback in the league that doesn't get rattled. But I mean, I think the Dolphins got to play a perfect game. I want to see the matchup with Jalen Ramsey and Travis Kelce. I want to see how that, if we're able to shut down Travis Kelce, we've seen what this offense looks like for Kansas City. And look, I'm looking forward to seeing Xavier Howard, man. I hope we hear some stuff. I know Cameron dropped a bomb on everybody on Thursday. Cameron 954 Thursday, right before he left. That's been the topic of conversation this whole weekend. The bomb that Cameron dropped, and we've been, people
that he doesn't think that he thinks that X has played his last game as a Miami Dolphin.
Well, the fact that people, like, he said that it's more mental than it's physical, what he's going through, and people. I'm telling you, Steven, people got all riled up, and I'm sure that's going to be the topic. Once I leave, I know Rashad, everybody's going to come in here talking nonsense. But, hey, we're just repeating what Cameron said, and apparently somebody else heard the same thing. We were talking about it on Monday. So another source, they said that they heard the same exact thing about Xavier Howard. So not that he won't play, that he played his last game, but that he is going through some stuff right now off the field, mentally, not physically. And that's what has him where he's at right now. It's not due to injury. I hope it's, prayers up for X. Hopefully he can, I think he's going to be excited. He's been wanting to play with Ramsey, and I've been wanting this since I saw them play in the Pro Bowl together in 2020. So the fact that they're both going to be lined up on the field together alongside Cater Kohu, I'm thrilled. I feel like a little kid.
I think X playing in this defense is going to be something that he's truly excited about, right? Like, X hasn't had a chance to play with Jalen, and that was part of the hope and excitement of those two guys being on the field at the same time. And I think it's going to make all the difference in the world. I also think I also think Cater Kahoo's going to be more effective as well, because he's not going to have to be on the field as many snaps because everybody's kind of coming back. And so I think one of the reasons I thought Cater Kahoo was so effective last year was it wasn't all put on him. And I think that'll be the same thing now. And so, I mean, we have the best secondary in the NFL as far as I'm concerned, when healthy.
It's crazy, man. Think about all the guys that counted out Deshaun Elliott like Andrevius. He counted him out. Yeah, I'm calling out Andrevius.
Oh, okay. All right. We doing that now.
You want to know what's interesting? The last time we played Mahomes in Miami in 2020, that was probably one of his worst games of his career. and because he threw 3 picks in that game, and he was sacked multiple times in that game. One of them by Baker for a 30-yard loss as well. So you could go back to look at that game and take some pointers from that game, even though we did lose, but we still rattled Mahomes in that game, and he threw, and one of them was to Byron, the other one was Howard on that game. So you can go back to look at the game and take some pointers from that game and say, okay, maybe we can, take some pointers from that, rush Mahomes and see what happens.
Look, I think that, Mahomes is coming off. Look, here's the other thing too. They're coming off a loss. And, a lot of people were hoping that I was going to be wrong with my theory about the team. And they are correct. They don't normally lose back-to-back games. But if there was ever a time for them to lose back-to-back games, it's now. Because let's be fair, Kansas City's best team they played this year is going to be the Miami Dolphins. We're going to be their best opponent this year so far. Am I wrong about that, Batman? Like this, like it's not the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No, right, you're right.
Like we're going to be the best team that they have played.
I mean, look, they know it's we're a threat. They know it. I mean, think about it. Like we win this game, Steven, and how that can help. What do you call catapult this team to another category? Despite us losing to the Philly game, losing to the refs, and despite the Buffalo game, I think this is the type of game that just helps this team say, "Hey, we're good. We came into the season knowing we were good, but no, we can compete. We got a chance. If we can get lucky with health going forward, we have a real legitimate shot at winning a Super Bowl. Not a playoff game, a Super Bowl."
Like, 100%. Yesterday was the trade deadline. Were you guys upset that we didn't make any headway in the form of a trade? By the way, guys, if you guys want to come on, it is Wildin' Out Wednesday. The link is pinned to the top of the page. Get up here. There's more room up here. I want to hear from more of you. But interested to know what you guys thought about not making a move at the trade deadline yesterday.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with them. I mean, I really think the pieces that we have is enough, to make a run, especially when we got people coming back as well.
I 100% agree with that. I think that you're right. Now, what I will say is there was a time yesterday where I was at I was on my phone about an hour before the trade deadline was going to pass, and I got a text message. And the text message isn't from like any, it's not a source or anything. It's just, it was a friend, somebody who's in the know, and pretty much told me, that there had been, some conversations between the front office and another front office within the NFL. And the team that they were talking to, I was getting a little excited, but nothing came of it, obviously. I think conversations happened yesterday.
Tampa and Cleveland?
What, for the Dolphins? No, it wasn't Tampa or Cleveland. At least that's what I heard. But I think conversations happen. I don't think anything came of it for two reasons. I agree. I think they like the guys that they got. And I think that if they need to go out and get somebody else, like from free agency, like there is some guys still out there in free agency that could be an asset to the team, aka Ndamukong Suh, right? Like, so I still think the Ndamukong Suh thing is something that Dolphins fans need to think that is like, I think that's a real thing. That let them win on Sunday. Ndamukong Suh, I think, will be a Dolphin in the next few weeks if they win on Sunday. Papa Paul, what's up, man?
What's going on,
Papa
Steven?
Paul.
Batman, Alexander, how y'all doing today?
Good. How are you, man?
Hey, Papa Paul.
Above ground and upright. That's all I can ask for.
What do you think about the game on Sunday, man?
I still say it's going to be a close one, but I think being in Germany, I think we're going to have the home field advantage.
Oh, well,
It's going to be tough because if you look at the other games playing in
there's
London
no home
and
field
stuff,
advantage in these.
there
things.
is no home.
You know,
field
when
advantage.
I went to London in 2017 to see the Dolphins and the Saints, I mean, there was no home field advantage for either one of them.
You know what? Well, watching the games this year, what I saw is first of all, there is no home field advantage because you have everybody over there that just wants to watch American football.
Yeah, exactly.
At the game. And even watching the games, they just don't. I didn't hear the loudness like you do at home. So
yeah, 100%. 100%.
But I think it's going to be a close game.
Lance, what are you doing?
Adjusting.
What are you doing, Lance?
Do you really want to ask?
No, I don't. I don't want to know. I'm scared to know the answer. We're live, Lance. You truckers, I swear before God, y'all truckers, y'all are something else. Y'all are a different animal, y'all truckers. Where are you at, Lance?
You know, they're labeling this game to be
I'm in
a
Findlay.
preview of the AFC Championship game.
What did you say, Lance?
And
hold on, Alex.
I'm in Findlay, Ohio.
You're in Findlay, Ohio.
Findlay, Ohio.
Oh man.
Wow. Freaking 27 degrees.
Swear jar.
You didn't hear that.
I did.
Yes, we did.
I did. Truckers, I swear.
They're labeling this game to be a preview of the AFC Championship game, and they're also labeling this game to possibly be to determine home field advantage.
Alex, that's why this game is important.
I look here.
I don't see how people think this is going to be an easy game.
It's not. Well,
it's not. No,
they're coming off of a Denver loss. You don't think they want? That was a bad loss. I mean, hopefully they play like they did against Denver.
Game.
Look,
they missed.
This is going to be a tough game. I think it's a winnable game.
I tell people all the time, that when you play against good opponent, for years I worked in Baltimore for radio, and a lot of you know this. I've said this a million times. So I worked with this guy named Jeremy Kahn, who does the afternoon show in Baltimore. Jeremy used to always say, "Good teams find a way to win," right? And for years, I think that's been the definition of what a good team should be. And the Dolphins have not been that for years. Let's just throw that out there, right? Let's just put that caveat on. And I get that people are saying, oh, hey, look, in order to, for them to be contenders, they need to be good teams. Well, look, when I saw the greatest show on turf only beat one team that year with a record above 500, and everybody else had losing records, and then they got hot in the playoffs and then beat everybody, there's two things that come to mind when you say that. It's the regular season, win as many games as you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
And number two, you want them to be hot in January and February. That's what you want. You want them to be hot in January and February, and that's what we need.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. That is true. Well, that's 100%. And you know what's funny though, in that year of the greatest show on turf, Tampa Bay almost beat them in the NFC Championship game. They were neck with the Rams in that year, but the Rams ended up pulling it out, at the end on a touchdown pass. I think it was to Isaac Bruce. Yeah, I was watching that game too, and Tampa Bay, I really thought Tampa Bay was going to beat them. I really did.
Yeah.
Because it was a very close game in that year. And that very same team that they beat in the regular season with the winning record ended up beating in the Super Bowl by an inch. But I think that this game is winnable. It's going to be a tough game. And I'm definitely excited about this. I really am. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
coming.
it's going to be a tough game. It's very winnable. My prediction is basically 31-28. I think there's no doubt we can win it, and we must win it. We have to win this one.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean,
agreed.
I love the fact that they're already over there practicing. Not like Buffalo, who waited till Friday to go over there. I do love the fact that they are already there practicing.
Oh, God,
it's going to help out a lot. Plus, the fact that we had the bye week right after this is even that much better.
Then we then have to ride home to play Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We had the bye week, and then, after the bye week, we have Vegas, and it's just going to be a good game Sunday. I can't wait. We have our watch party on Sunday, and what's up, Lewis? How you doing, brother?
Oh, does anybody want to go to the Tennessee game? My daughter in Boynton has 4 tickets that she wants to get rid of.
I'm already going. I have tickets I'm a season ticket holder.
That's a Monday night game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Papa Paul, I'm more than likely going to show up down to Brooksville for the watch party.
Oh, great, Lois. I would love it. Love it. Love it. That would be great. Miss Pam's going to be there. Shake's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm probably going to ride up there. Well, probably meet up with Shake. I don't know if me and Shake is going to ride up there in the morning, but I'm probably going to take my 8-year-old son up there with me.
Oh, he'll have a blast. Yeah, he'll have a blast.
Yeah. Man, so what's going on? This is supposed to be this is Wildin' Out Wednesday. Remember the good old days of a 10-person panel and everybody screaming over each other and fighting and stuff? What happened to the good old days?
I think everyone's still sleeping
Lewis,
or something.
If we bring up
this ain't Wildin' Out Wednesday no more. This is like
Lewis,
calm down.
We got to bring up
Yankee.
We got to bring up the Yankee guy up here. If we bring up the Yankee guy, then it will definitely be Wild Out Wednesday.
Well, he's been cooking me on Twitter, Alex. So
I don't know about that because he's.
I just hope Tua can play in the second part of the season as good as he does in the first.
I think he will. I mean, he's
because this is when his downfall comes.
But he has already proven to everybody he's a more mature, stronger, better quarterback than he has been.
This is true.
Oh,
but it still
Lance, I ain't worried about that because after the hit, after what we've been seeing from him lately, he could definitely take a hit now.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
We'll see. Like I said, we'll see.
I know you're one of the wait and see guys, but I know what I've been watching. I know I've been at every home game this year, and yeah, it's been good. It's been crazy. I mean, it's just like when he ran that ball up the middle and put his head down into that defender trying to make that first down.
I cringed.
Oh, I did too. I was at the
did you see McDaniel on the side? Did you see McDaniel on the sideline, guys? After that, he was not happy.
I
was not happy.
But at the same time, what does that say?
That's showing you Tua knows
that
what he's doing.
Still scared.
He knows. Oh yeah, everyone is.
McDaniel, there were people going around and saying that McDaniel's sitting there and said, "I don't want Mike Wright to run this damn offense."
He was
grilling him hard.
Excuse me. Tua knew what he had to do, and he did it, and it scared the hell out of me. It scared the hell out of me. And I was just like, okay, he's up. He's fine. He's not even slowing down. Okay, good.
Well, if he does that more often, then I wouldn't cringe. But we all know what happens.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's up, guys?
What's up? How you doing,
trucker.
brother?
Hey, Alex, didn't you say Lewis has the worst takes in the world?
What happened?
Didn't you say Lewis has the worst takes in the world? I just want to start getting everybody yelling at each other. Come on.
I don't know about that. I know Alex does.
Oh, hey, wait.
I've had some bad takes myself in the past.
I agree with Lewis 90% of the time.
So do I.
Facts. Facts.
But
me too.
Oh, Lewis will tell you we've been on the same page quite a bit. But now you bring Von Joe up here. That's a different story.
Right.
I don't have anything against anybody because we are all Finn family. But
I am excited to see our team healthy against a good opponent.
Yeah.
Hey!
That's
Stop!
what I'm excited
Stop!
about.
Facts.
Stop! Don't jinx it. They're just coming back on the field. Connor Williams gets hurt.
Well, I agree. I agree with what I heard from somebody is, they're like talking about saving Armstead. I said Armstead's hurt all the time. And what they were saying is use them when you can. Get it your money's worth.
Sometimes you ask for the boogeyman and the boogeyman appears.
Damn.
Ramsey coming. Like for me, I think Ramsey's back too early.
Hold on. I was
doing,
I am here. So Papa,
Wilding Out Wednesday is officially here now.
Hold on. I'm sorry I'm not into calling men, women, and into butt play like you are. Okay? So relax. But I'm still a Fans fan.
You know what? It is what it is. I just don't agree with you. I don't agree with your takes. I agree to disagree with you. That's all.
Let's go ahead and really talk about it. Let's talk about what happened and what took place, right? Because we have Emmanuel Oddball still on the team, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't, and we saw the 49ers didn't even need a DN, and they fleeced Washington. They up there playing chess while the rest of the league is playing checkers. Now, that's how a GM gets over on the team, because they got Chase Young for what, a third round?
Yep.
Right.
How much you want to bet he's not going to sell himself?
I was hoping we'd make that move.
So hold on.
But here's the beautiful thing, Alex. It's also a third round pick we don't have.
Here's the thing, Alex.
That we don't have, right?
If Chase Young doesn't pan out, they don't have to sign Chase Young. And guess what? He could walk. And guess what happened? They get their third round back as a comp pick.
Hey,
depending on how well he plays.
It is what it is. I didn't think no move. I didn't think no moves needed to be made.
I know you don't think everything is fine. You got your aqua and orange glasses on. All hail Chris Greer to you. This team is just fine. And when something goes bad, you start throwing a tantrum like a 3-year-old child.
I'll be honest. I wanted to get a middle linebacker, whether it was J.C. Jewell or something like that. I wanted to get another middle linebacker.
I wanted Ezra Cleveland out of Minnesota. And they got Ezra went for what? What did Ezra go for?
Jacksonville got him, I think, for I want to say it was a fifth round.
Fifth
round? That's what he got for. A 25-year-old talented guard.
Was it a second?
Yeah, it was a second round.
No, it was no second.
Well,
we don't have a second round pick.
No,
Why don't we have a second round pick?
We have a second round.
Okay, we have a first, a second, and no third.
So
we have a first, a third.
No, we have a first and a second.
And no third.
So why couldn't we get Ezra, guys? Why couldn't we get Ezra Cleveland?
That's a good question, Von Joe. I wanted,
but I knew we weren't going to get anybody.
I had heard that Cleveland wanted Ogbog back, and I was more than willing to give him it to them if they would give us, what is it, Pinchot or something, one of their left guard or left tackle.
I do you one better. I would have given him Ogba for free. Here, take him. Just get the contract off our books so we could go make other moves.
That too. That would have worked. I wanted to see more depth on our left side of the O-line.
But at the end of the day, we should just be happy. Listen, everybody smile. We know what we're doing. It's just fine. This team is going to be fine, even though you should just trust this team, even though I should just trust this team that hasn't won a playoff game since I was 16. I just turned 40. I was 16 the last time we won a playoff game. 16. Since then, I bought a house. I've gotten married. I've graduated. I sat there and had 3 kids. I've moved to and I was in high school the last time. 16 the last time we won a playoff game. And I should just trust this team wholeheartedly, right? Man, y'all got me fucked up out here.
I've been waiting 40 years just to get back to the Super Bowl.
Again, you're saying wait to get back to the Super Bowl. Again, hear me clear. The last time we won a playoff game, I was in high school.
And
I am now a 40-year-old grown. I am now a 40-year-old grown man with a wife and 3 kids.
Well, you know what you're doing? At least you're doing something right. You got a wife and 3 kids.
So what are we talking about?
Miami hasn't been doing it right. It's about time they start doing it right, and they're doing it right. You know, right now we are going to win.
But don't ask people to just go blindly and just follow them blindly with blind faith.
I'm not. I just
so when people
what
say,
I've been
"Hey,"
seeing.
All right, listen. I believe what I was seeing last year also, and guess what that led me to?
Yeah, but
when was the last? Hey, Papa, when was the last time we were 6-2?
2001. 2001 was the last time.
What round do we have in the first? What round do we have in the first next year?
I know we have a first and a second, but we don't have a third.
Yeah. Yeah, but what round do we have in the first?
No, but I'm gonna say this game. I'm not talking about next year. I'm talking
We
about
don't
this
know.
week.
We won't know what pick it is. It's just
right,
to
the
round
end of
pick.
the year.
Yeah.
So listen, at the end of the day, we need this win against KC. I need this win against KC.
I agree with that.
Now, is it a must win? It's not a must win. But it is a must win to the fan base and the narrative and what's going on.
I think
it's a must win for the AFC.
I think for the psychology of the players and the fans, it's a must win.
No, it's too early for it to be a definite must win. It's not a
no.
It's
No.
It's
Hold
a prove
on,
it.
Bro. It's not has nothing to do with prove it because you can lose to Kansas City and you can prove something. That's not what it is. All these games moving forward for the Miami Dolphins, they're all must wins. We got to stop this all because it's a big team. This is what the debate was on Miss Finn's chat earlier. And shout out to Miss Finn. It was a great show. But that was the argument. Oh, is this a must win? They're all must wins. Because what we dealt with the Miami Dolphins in years past is Miami at the end of the year is 7-9 and it's a must win to get into the playoffs. Or Miami's 8-8. Just like we were in Tennessee, and it was a must-win to get into the playoffs. Right now, the Miami Dolphins are 6-2, and if you look at the landscape of the AFC, Jacksonville 6-2, Baltimore 6-2, and our opponent this Sunday, Kansas City, all 6-2. Miami wants to keep winning. It's not just Kansas City is a must-win, but if you want the ultimate goal for all of us on this panel and everybody that loves our team, right? The ultimate goal is the Super Bowl, right? I want to put it out here. I think Miami in the playoffs can go to Kansas City and win. That's a belief of mine. I think Miami can go into Buffalo and beat Buffalo in the playoffs. That's a belief of mine. Or Baltimore. It's a belief of mine. You know what makes the path to the Super Bowl even easier?
Home field advantage.
If all those teams I just mentioned, Papa Paul, exactly, they have to come to Hard Rock Stadium and play us. So this narrative that, it's Kansas City is a big game because, it's a good team. And man, forget all that.
No.
The next week when we play the Raiders, that's a big game. That's a must-win. When you play the Jets twice and the Commanders and all these lesser teams, those are must-wins too for the ultimate goal. So I don't know what people are talking about.
You've been to games in Miami.
Absolutely.
How fired up and how loud will that crowd be for playoff games?
1,000%, Todd. 1,000%.
Lewis, you are the homie. So with all due respect, you must be out of your goddamn mind. And listen, people believe that the Earth is flat. Also, that'll be their right. I have zero faith that we're going into KC in a playoff game and winning over there.
Okay, that's fine.
Arrowhead? All right.
Okay.
That's your opinion.
And that's your opinion. And I'm not trying to change that opinion. That's why I said it's my belief that I think Miami can go on the road.
And some people believe the Earth is flat.
Okay. What? And again, Bonjo, but again, this is 8 weeks. It's a two-way street. because a lot of people told me we were going to win 5-6 games this season. A lot of people told me this team didn't have an offensive line. See, again, we're still crying about the offensive line. But if you look, Miami's offensive line, with all the injury, hold on, Papa Paul, with all the injuries that we've had on the offensive line, do you know they currently still sit in the top 10? So it's not about believing, Bonjo. You're right. I can have one belief. You can have one belief. People can believe the earth is flat. But after 8 weeks, we can't keep coming out here and saying, oh, well, this is what happened in 1987, so I don't believe it because in 1993 this happened. Stop. We're talking about the 2023 Miami Dolphins, and what we have seen this season is Miami is breaking almost every historical record on offense. The defense is starting to come together, right? And we're getting healthy at the right time. So, like, why are we sitting here still complaining and being like, oh, well, I got to see it to believe it? Bro, we had a good team last year, and for whatever reason, it didn't happen. And now this year, we have a team that is, again, on Sunday, week 9, almost the exact same scenario we found ourselves in last year. Week 9, we get a chance to come out and play on Sunday, and with a chance to be the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. I don't care who the opponent is. Take that away. All I'm trying to make the point is, from now on, the rest of the bro, is this a basketball season where there's 82 games? Is this baseball where there's 162 weeks? I heard people saying today, oh, it's not a must win. Are you bullshitting? Bro, we have 8 weeks left of the season. Every game is a must win now for Miami. They're must.
I agree with you 100%,
Lewis. We're not fighting anymore for, oh my God, we must win this game to get in the playoffs. Everybody on this panel, whether you have reservations about this team or not, everybody on this panel believes the Miami Dolphins are going to be in the playoffs. So if that's the case, now every game is a must win, because now you're not playing for a playoff spot, you're playing for playoff seedings.
So in that case, hold on. Let's put a pin right there. In that case, it is a must win. If you're saying that it's a must win for us to get home field advantage, to get for the road to the Super Bowl to go through Miami, I completely agree with you. But is it a must win for us to get to the playoffs? No, it's not a must win.
This is definitely a must win.
Just one little thing I want to piggyback off of Lewis.
But hold on, guys. I have a 12 o'clock. I got to go. I just came up real quick. Listen,
okay,
I'll holler at you guys. I'm still going to be listening.
All right, VJ. Have a good one, man.
But what you said earlier about people thinking we were only get 5 or 6 wins this year is totally 100% true, because there was an article of one group that had us listed as winning 5 games, being number 4 in AFC East.
Yep.
And we're proving them all wrong.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm only hoping one game is not a must win. I'm hoping we clinch by the end and we could rest our players the last game before the playoffs.
And to do that, Todd, is all I'm saying is these people
I agree with you, Lewis.
In our fan base in our fan base that everybody's saying, well, it's just the Kansas City game is a must win.
Oh.
Again, it's not.
It's every game from here on out.
Right. The Raider game, right? It's a must win. The Commander game, it's a must win. It's now basically you're almost playing playoff football now, is what you're doing. So I just want people to understand. Stop trying to make games bigger than what they are or whatever. Moving forward, the rest of this season, and again, I'm not saying that Miami has to go 8-0, but we should all have the mentality of these are must wins. That's what mindset the Miami Dolphin fan base should have moving forward.
You beat KC on Sunday. Guess what? You own the tiebreaker over KC if it came down to it, right? After KC, you got the Raiders, you got the Jets, and then you got the Commanders. Those after the Chiefs game, those are 3 winnable games right there. The Jets are going to be tough because of their defense. They have a tough defense, but I still think that we can beat the Jets.
And their division rival, they always play
and
tough.
Their division rival, exactly. But I still think that we can. I still think that we can win.
No, I still believe we can beat them.
Yes, I mean the Vegas. Even though you can't look past the Vegas, no matter how bad they are.
They just fired
just a dumpster
fire, and they benched Jimmy Garoppolo.
Exactly. But by the time you face him, you're going to get a rookie quarterback right there. If they decide to
No,
not.
they just went. It just became
Yeah,
official.
Aiden
Jimmy's
O'Connell.
bench.
Yeah, Jimmy's bench. Okay, so you still got to worry about Devontae Adams. You still got to worry about Josh Jacobs.
Devontae Adams quit. Devontae Adams quit. Yeah, Alex, you ain't got to
Yeah.
worry about him.
Josh
That season
Jacobs
is over
maybe.
with the Raiders.
Honestly,
but-
I'm not worried. Honestly, I could look at our schedule and not one team puts fear into me.
I agree with you there. I agree with you.
Yeah,
because-
that'll be a little bit.
I am a little bit different on that. The only one I am, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a battle, and it could turn out just like last year, which was in our favor, is the Baltimore game.
The Baltimore game, yeah.
Baltimore at
they're in the
Baltimore
cold.
again, and they've been hot this year.
Yes, I know, but you know what? We're going to be, hopefully, knock on wood, we stay healthy with our secondary. We stay healthy with our secondary. They're going to have issues running the ball on us because we'll be able to send less people back.
Yeah. I
The
agree.
last 3 games of the season, Baltimore, Buffalo, and Dallas. Those are the toughest 3 games we have left.
Well, Buffalo's the last game of the season.
Yeah,
Dallas, you don't know which Cowboy team you're going to get. They're bipolar as anything.
Yeah, but that defense is going to show up. I don't care about the bipolar. When the Dallas Cowboys, their bipolarness is on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
It's not it's not their defense. That defense shows up every week. But the fact of the matter is, Baltimore's week 16, Dallas 17, Buffalo 18. The last 3 games of the season, those are, in my opinion, I'm not, again, I'm not looking off the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it was Todd that said that. I'm not really worried with Kansas City. I know Miami can play with Kansas City.
That's our practice run for the playoffs because all 3 of those games are at home.
Well, again,
no, Baltimore.
Baltimore's in Baltimore. You're right. I forgot about that one.
You just got to win. You got to win all these upcoming games. You can't have a slip up against the Jets. I know the Jets are playing well. I know
sure
they present
can't have a
problems.
slip up against the Raiders. I mean, sure as hell can't do that.
Well, no, listen. I think Miami's past that. I don't see Miami. To be honest, I don't see us having no slip up games. What the real one for me again, where I could easily see, not easily, but the only slip up I see, because I do believe Miami beats the Commanders handily. I believe they beat the Raiders handily. It's the Jets. The Jets
in New York.
The Jets have a defense that can play with us, right?
Yes.
I mean, it just is what it is, and that's if you can get past those 2 games, right, and sweep New England, sweep the Jets. Obviously, you're going to beat the Raiders and Commanders. I mean, you're putting yourself in a position to, I mean, hell, you're looking at 13-4 at that point. You know what I'm saying? And that's worst case scenario. So
after our bye week,
these games are must win.
What's up, buddy?
After our bye week, we have five home games, 3 away games. We will not lose a single home game. I don't see that happening.
Thanks, guys.
Future
Lewis,
Dolphins
number 1 fan
right there.
Lewis, your number 1 fan right here.
I can't see right now, Alex. I'm driving. I can't pick up my phone, but
Got the little one up on the camera with him.
oh, okay. Listen. I don't do this to look for fans. I just like to come and talk about my team, talk ball with all you guys. But it is what it is.
You got the number 1 future Dolphins fan right here with us.
I hear you. Absolutely. Hey, where's Stephen D at, man?
I don't know. He stepped out and didn't say anything. So, but no, I don't see us winning. I don't see us losing any of the home games, which is 5. We got 5 home games coming up. I think we'll win all of them, which is Dallas, Buffalo, one of the Jets.
I'm back.
The Commanders and Raiders. There's Stephen D.
My son's teacher called, and I had to. No. It was. When kids move, there's a transition period, and so I just wanted to talk to my son's teacher about his transition and how he's doing, and she told me that he's a leader in the classroom and that he's very well mannered, awesome. And that he's, because of his grades, he's being tested for the gifted program, and that So I feel like a good daddy. And she told me,
There you go.
She said,
"Congrats, Steven. Congrats, man."
She said, "I wish I had more fathers that talk." I was like, look, I just want the best for him. And
that's Cap.
I feel like a good daddy right now, Lewis. I feel like a good daddy.
100%.
Hey, Steven said the little one is awake.
Oh, see, you woke him up, Alex. You woke him up. What are we whining about now? By the way, I think I had some people donate while I was gone. Carlos said I would like for Tennessee, but I need to know if I could switch one of those tickets to be wheelchair accessible. I use a wheelchair. Carlos, if you call up the ticket people, I think that they will try to accommodate you. Just call.
Yeah, they should.
And they should be able to accommodate you to make sure you're good.
Definitely should.
I've been cooking. Read that one, Stephen. I've been cooking
as well, Stephen, and keep cooking, Lewis. 1 seed should be the start. Should be the short-term goal. If we win out, it's in our control. I ain't mad at it.
Chef Lou up here, Stephen.
Chef Lou. Folks. Oh my God.
You missed Von Joe.
Andravia said, gifted program is a pipeline to insanity. Mix that in with the Dolphins fan disaster. That guy is Andrevius. Oh man, I love it. AJ, what's up? What's up, Batman? I'm sorry I walked away, guys. I had to take that phone call. That was very important.
Hey, nothing to be sorry about. Family comes first.
Don't worry, I was cooking and
what were you cooking about, Lewis? I just want to know what was your takes that you were cooking.
Stephen, all you need to know is that I came up here, Von Joe came up here, and all you see is one man standing. That's all you got to see. I lit Von Joe on fire. Von Joe had to leave. He pretended he had
so I'm sitting here at the computer. I have everything on mute and I have myself muted. But anytime someone came in the backstage, I brought them on. I just hit add to the thing.
Stephen, what happened was I started cooking, right, and then Von Joe had a mysterious meeting he had to go to all of a sudden. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been cooking Von Joe.
Xavier said Steven's kid was holding that teacher by Nerf point. She was reading from a script. I love it. You guys are
Hey,
good.
Steven, maybe we could get some donations from him.
Hey, what's his name, Alex?
Matthew.
Oh, he smiled when I said his name. Let's go. I like it. AJ, what's up, man? How are you, AJ?
Hey, I'm good. How y'all doing up here today?
Hey, man. Wonderful. We Lewis says that he's cooking. I don't know exactly what he's cooking, but he's
I've been watching.
Lewis was cooking.
AJ lighting people on fire, AJ.
Oh, I've been watching. I saw you cooking.
Lewis was cooking.
What's up, AJ? What do you want to talk about, man? Floor is yours.
Go back to the point, to the quote unquote must win that I've been hearing all morning. I've been hearing that all morning. Like,
okay, you don't think it's a must win?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? We play I forgot their name, Lord Jesus. Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City.
Kansas City. After that, I feel like every game after that should be must win as far as AFC seedings and whatnot. If we try to make a run.
So here's how I look at it.
That's exactly what Lewis said.
I'm kind of glad you said that. So what every Dolphin fan wants to see on Sunday is a win. I don't care how that win happens. I don't care if it's dominant. I don't care if they put up 50 points or 10 points to win. Just win the game. That's all I care about on Sunday. Now, after that, we have a bye. And our next few games are against the Raiders, who are obviously tanking for everything. The Jets, who I'm calling it right now, if they win, let's say 4 out of their next 5 or 3 out of their next 5, I think you're going to see a real try of Aaron Rodgers to try to come back. Just want to throw that out there.
He can't. He's on long-term IR.
No, he's not. Is he?
Yeah, he's on long-term IR.
He said he's trying to come back this year.
They say that, but little did they know that they actually put him on the IR for which the long-term IR done for the year.
All right, I need to look into that because he was on Pat McAfee's show talking about I'm gonna come back this year, maybe. So we'll have to see about that. But you have the Jets and then you have the Commanders, then the Titans. So those next 4 games, Raiders, Jets, Commanders, Titans, you need to go 4-0. And you need to win them handedly, by the way. They need to be very good wins, all of them, okay? And I think that we will, by the way. And then the final 4 games are the Jets at home, the Cowboys at home, against the Ravens and the Bills. So the last 2 games of the year are going to be obviously a little tough, right? So
that's what we said.
If Miami were to win on Sunday, which I predict that we will, we'll be at 7-2, 8-2, 9-2, 10-2, 11-2, 12-2. By the time we get to the last 3 games, which are the Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills, we'll be at 11-2. And at that point, we will definitely be vying for the number 1 seed. If we lose on Sunday, but still win the next 4, we will be 10-3 and probably still vying for the number 1 seed. I 100% want us to win, and I predict us to win on Sunday. But if we don't win on Sunday, I also don't think it's the end of the world. I just want to throw that out there. I don't think it is.
I agree. I agree.
To put that on their head too. So I don't think we're going to lose. I think we're going to win. I think we're the better team than Kansas City right now. Offense and defensive side of the ball. And Tua's playing better than Patrick right now, as far as I'm not saying he's a better quarterback than Patrick.
And Tua we trust.
Better than him.
He is. It's Patrick's been off this year. And
even in off Patrick is still a good Patrick.
Oh yeah. But we are not losing a single home game the rest of the year.
Well, the only one that I am nervous about is probably Dallas, because Dallas in the regular season sometimes do crazy things. But I would definitely probably agree with that. I don't think we're going to lose in the regular season. But I will say Dallas, I think, is going to be a little bit harder than we give him credit.
Hey, Steven, what's Tua's record at the house he built? What's his record this season?
Undefeated. He hasn't lost a game.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, if I'm correct, he's won like 16 of his last.
First of all, I will not stand for the blasphemy anymore.
What are you talking about?
This statement, you see how our Batman's laughing? The house that Tua built, it's Joe Robbie Stadium. That's where Dan Marino played. That's the house that Dan Marino built. We're going to admit that. You know what, Steven? This is why.
That's the Orange Bowl, Lewis. That's the Orange Bowl, Lewis. This ain't the Orange Bowl no more.
No, Batman, I'm disagreeing with you, Batman. Marino's the one who built Joe Robbie Stadium. There ain't no doubt about it.
He might have laid the foundation, but Tua put the new concrete out there. Laid out the new concrete.
Oh, jeez.
Look, that canopy over our head.
That was all Ross who did that.
What up, Rashad?
That's Ryan Tannehill.
Morning. What up, Mr. Brown? How are you, sir?
Hey, fellas, salute, man. Much love. Look, this is what I'm saying.
Where's your hard hat at, man? I want to see your Dolphins hard hat.
Hey, don't trip. I'm repping all the way. We ain't gonna stop, baby.
I love it.
Hey, I need me one of those hats.
Yeah, I gotta get me one of those. I used to sell those.
I love it.
Hey, look, man. I told my girl. I said we play in Kansas City in Germany. She a Kansas City Chiefs fan. She from Kansas City, so I told her I work 6 days a week. So Sunday's my rest day. I'm finna go get a hotel and wild out by my damn self, man, because I'm going to be loud as hell. That's going to be my Super Bowl, man.
Mr. Brown said, look, I love you, but this week we ain't together, okay? I'm going to go to the hotel, and I'm gonna be by me, all right? It's about me, myself, because I can't be in this house with you with all this Kansas City Chiefs and this stuff. I just
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't do it. Hey, by the way, Carlos said, Steve, with his $5 donations, Steven, someone in here said their daughter was selling 4 Tennessee tickets. I don't know who that is. but let me know who it is. Aldo says Dallas chokes when the game is important. Well, look, I mean, I'm not denying that. What did Dallas do against San Francisco this year? How many interceptions did Dak Prescott throw? 4 interceptions that night. I didn't even know that was possible.
I got a quick question. For you, Steven.
Yes.
Do you think that the NFL made a big mistake by putting this game in Germany?
Yeah, I do. Look, I am very happy for my brethren in Germany who are going to enjoy this game. I'm excited for them, and I think they're going to get the experience of their lives. But there was a million other games the Dolphins could have played in Germany. This one should have been played in Kansas City because the Tyreek Hill factor, man. Tyreek going back to Kansas City, that would have been must-watch television.
But you got to understand. You got to understand a thing, Stephen, about that Germany game.
And they could have flexed that Germany game Sunday night.
The thing about that Germany game is that, look, you know the NFL is all about business before anything, right?
Yeah.
And you're talking about the Super Bowl champions being able to promote them in across the sea for the world to be showcased, right? To the whole world. You're telling the NFL's telling the world, hey, we want to get more influence. And then you're putting the hottest team in Miami Dolphins with Tyreek. You got the number 1, you got the number 2 selling hottest jerseys in the world, playing together. These are all factors. It all factors to why the NFL did that.
We actually have the top 3 selling
jerseys.
The
top 3.
Yeah, we have Travis Kelce, Tua Tagovailoa, and Patrick Mahomes, top 3 selling jerseys in America right now.
Not America, the world. Not America, the world.
Batman, I do think that the NFL is smart to showcase their best game. Like, let's be honest. Tomorrow or Sunday's game, the Dolphins Chiefs, there's a lot of bangers out that week. There's a lot of great games. Every time slot has a great game to watch. Let me just throw that out there. I think where's this week's NFL games? So Miami,
there's some good games. Yeah.
There's some really good games. So Miami plays at 9:30, right? And then for the 1:00 games, you have the Seahawks and the Ravens. That's going to be a really good game. The 4:00 games have the Cowboys and the Eagles. That's going to be a really good game. And the Sunday night games is the Bills and the Bengals. I'm telling y'all right now, if your job on Sunday is working, you better take off, because from 9:30 in the morning till midnight, I'm going to be in front of my couch watching football all day long, because there's a good game in every time slot. Every time slot has a good game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, help me out with this, fellas, real quick. We played Baltimore in Baltimore last year. Why we got to be at their house again? I thought it come back to us.
No, so we played the AFC. So you got to remember, there's the rotation, right? So we played the AFC North last year, and we hadn't played. When we do the AFC North, it alternates 2 and 2, right? So the last time we played AFC North, they came to Miami. All right, and then we do that. But there are times where you play the AFC North and you play whatever team's in your place. So the first place AFC North has to play first place AFC East, or second place AFC East has to play second.
Yeah, that's why Cincinnati is playing Buffalo this weekend.
Correct.
They were the 2. Yeah.
Yes. So that's all that happened there, Mr. Brown. It wasn't a rotate. It was a rotating thing, and it wasn't a rotating thing all at the same time. It wasn't because we played there last year. No, that's not how it works. It works on AFC North and the rotation and all that fun stuff. So I want to say the Dolphins have played the Ravens like 8 out of the last 11 years, though. Like, it's something stupid like that.
They've been having our number too, man.
I mean, for the most part, till that Thursday night game last year.
Like the last 2 years.
Yeah, last 2 years. So it's been good. What
Steven,
up,
real quick, did we play the extra game was the NFC South this year? Because obviously we played Carolina.
Yes.
So who do we play next year as the extra game? Which NFC team?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it is.
I don't think we know yet.
We don't know
think
yet.
after that season's over.
Yeah, why are you talking
Aldo
about
says,
next
why
season?
not? Aldo says, why not have a couch-a-thon? You want me to
Because if they're playing Dallas,
all 4 games?
if they're playing the NFC East, I'm hoping it's Dallas so I can go to the game.
You want me to
Alex,
do a
stop talking about
couch-a-thon
last year,
for
Alex.
all four games, Aldo?
Nothing wrong with that.
A couch-a-thon for all.
I'm already going to Houston next year for the game.
You got me thinking, Aldo. My wife's going to be out of town, and I'll have the kids. I might be able to do a couch-a-thon. All 4 games streaming live. I might do
Go on and wild out, Steven. Go on and wild out, man.
But I need look, I like to be sitting on my couch too, and not working. That's a good feeling too. I'm gonna think about it, Aldo. I'm gonna think about a couch-a-thon. That's a very
guys. I gotta go get ready for work.
Hey, go sell some phones.
I'll see you guys later.
Peace and hair grease.
Hold on. The little one.
Where that baby go?
The little one.
There go that baby.
My son says goodbye.
See you later, Matt. Peace and hair grease, brother. He's like, Dad, get out of here.
Good dude.
All right, brother. Be good,
later.
Alex.
Later.
All right, Alex. Hey, Steven, are you planning to come over for the Raiders game?
I am not. I don't know if I'm coming to any more games this year. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I just don't.
No, I know with the moving and everything. Well, I asked because a lot of people were asking if you were live last game. So maybe we could get together with Tailgreeter Cameron and help you guys out. We do a live show from the game, next game, the Raiders game.
We do the Tailgreeter pregame show live on Miami Sports Music there.
I get what you're saying, Batman.
I think
we can do that.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, Batman. We can definitely talk about that. We can definitely talk.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it.
You definitely need a pregame show. If you're not going to, that should be automatic. You should have that dialed in already.
Lewis,
Bro,
what you drinking on? What you sipping on?
don't worry about what's in my cup. Steven.
What's in my cup? Hey, real talk. Side note, real quick. You know what they have down here?
What's that?
Drive-through liquor stores.
Okay,
where you can purchase.
That's in the South. Yeah.
Okay, where you can purchase mixed drinks with liquor in styrofoam cups.
Yeah, for sure.
They have to have a lid, but they have to have a
lid, really,
and a straw. You have to have a straw. You cannot have an open container with. You have to drink it through a straw.
Oh, it is a mixed drink in a styrofoam cup with a straw in a car. Like
tell them how
they don't add that math. Don't add.
Hey, tell them how you get down in the sip.
Hey, man. Hey. I don't know what their DUIs look like down here, but they can't they can't be getting everybody because they got to be able to make money on the drive-through liquors. They have to.
Yeah, Andrevius is saying it. Yeah, we have down here in Florida as well. You can do that down here. Yeah.
Cruz says drive-through beer distributors are everywhere now. No, I'm not talking about just, hey, I can get a drive-through and get my 6-pack or my 12-pack or my 30-pack. I'm talking about you can get a mixed drink in a styrofoam cup with a straw in it and handed to you like a drink like you're going through a fast food drive-through. That makes no sense to me. I don't understand it. I can't calculate it. It just
that makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's big. It's big in New Orleans.
It's huge in Louisiana.
Yes, they have daiquiri places in New Orleans. They sell daiquiris like that.
Cruz says Brett Favre is God there. DUIs are the fabric of Mississippi.
Hey, can you highlight?
So good, Cruz.
Pete, or Steven, can you highlight Pete's last comment? Not the one about Kansas City. He wants to know if Lewis wants to bet. No, not that one. The next one. because I was trying to bet him because he said we were going to lose against New England. So I gave him the -9, and he didn't want to bet that. And now he puts.
Lewis, you want
do
to bet on this game?
Absolutely. Let's
All right.
run it.
Hey,
Let's
you
run
get
it
time
right
out.
here.
You do know that any bet made on my channel, we get 10% of. Okay.
I'm down. I'm
Okay.
down. Tell Pete to click that link so we can make.
Hang
this
on.
bet live.
Let's make it a double, Lewis. It's not only the bet, but Pete needs to address this team winning only 6 games this season, and that's what we got right now. So I need Pete to come up here.
I'm not worried about none of that. I just need Pete to come up here so we can lay down the parameters of this bet.
He's been hiding.
Andravia says, here comes Pete with his bull. Gonna be great when we win, and he got to focus on how we gonna lose to the Raiders game for the next 2 weeks.
You know what's
that's true. And DDG says 10% cut, easy work, and I agree. I give that 10% to you, Steven. Easy work. Let's make that happen.
I don't gamble no more. So if any gambling happens on my channel, I just need my cut. I'm the house. That's all. I just need my cut. That's it.
Exactly.
I'm the house.
And I'll get 5% for bringing him up here.
Batman, stop it. Stop it. You're not taking none of my
Pete. Look at Pete. Pete is already saying since the Raiders fired McDaniels, that now they're going to have
Lord, no.
Oh, my
God.
This is ridiculous. Oh, my God.
Pete just texted me, Lewis. Pete just texted me. He said that his phone's running out of battery. You got to go home and charge.
Hey, Batman, text Pete back and tell him to drop that cash app.
Before, Pete. We've heard that one before.
Tell him to drop that cash app. I need that cash app right now. That's what I need. Let's make that bet happen.
Hey, Mike Ovila of Dolphins Talk brought up a really good tweet 30 minutes ago. He's like, disappointed I haven't seen Dolphins Twitter versus the Swifties going at it this week.
Oh, there's already a picture out there with Tua Tagovailoa holding Taylor Swift's hands and Travis Kelce crying. an AI photo, by the way. It was an AI photo.
I love it.
Nobody cares about Taylor Swift. Nobody cares about that.
Hey, you better watch out. The Swifties will come for you.
Let them talk.
I don't think Lewis understands.
Teenage girls that
Turn up, Greg. Turn up, Greg.
I can't swear.
Hey,
that's true, but turn up without swearing. Go ahead.
If you donate $100, then I'll get rid of the swear jar for you. If somebody donates $25,
there are a bunch of teenage girls that are.
Nobody cares about the Swifties. Nobody cares about Taylor Swift. Nobody cares.
Lewis is about to get canceled on YouTube. Check this out. Here we go. It's crazy.
But you know what sucks? This game's in Germany, and I saw Mike McDaniel walk into his press conference, and these geeks in Germany just sat there with their hands folded. They didn't even laugh at his jokes.
I am mad, though. Alex brought up a good point, and so did, I think it was Steven. And Batman, I get what you're saying. But no, I ain't going to lie. This, bro, 6-2 versus 6-2, I think the NFL should have had the hindsight that knowing Kansas City, again, what they've been for the last 5 years, and this young up-and-coming team in Miami, this game shouldn't be in Germany. And shout out to Fonzie. I know the guys out there, they're going to enjoy it. It should have been prime time. I get it. But nah, bro, this game should have been a 4:25 CBS game of the week.
This should have been
4:25. This should have been Sunday or Monday night.
Well, no. Monday night is horrible. I don't like Monday night games. What I'm saying,
I don't either.
By the way, just as a side note, it's sad that Monday night has gone to what it's been because it
is.
It is trash now. It is.
It's trash.
The best thing about Monday night is the Manning cast, and even that's been
absolutely. Yeah, it's been something.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's been trash.
Sunday night, they already had Cincinnati and Buffalo, and whether you like those two teams or not, that is a good matchup as well. But Miami should have been Miami should have been 4:25 CBS game of the week on CBS. That's what it should have been in Kansas City. Waking up at 9:30, it sucks.
Every single game there's a game in every single time slot this week that is just fire.
We got some breaking news for Lewis. Taylor Swift just tweeted, Lewis. She said, "I can't wait to see Tua play this Sunday." Oh, yeah. Lewis.
Well,
There
that's
we
cool,
go.
Batman. The only thing you told me is that you confirmed you're a Swiftie too.
Hey,
You're on
hey,
Taylor
breaking
Swift.
news,
Don't nobody care.
breaking news, fantasy football fans. Taylor Heineke is starting this weekend for the Atlanta Falcons. Taylor
Thank God.
Heineke is starting this weekend for the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, so they're still trying to win something.
They already gave up on the quarterback?
Who's
know.
winning that division?
I thought Desmond Ridder wasn't, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of Atlanta Falcons games.
The Buccaneers or the Saints are winning that division?
I don't know
I
about
would go with the Saints. The Saints got the best
Saints are
defense
right
in that
now.
division.
Saints are 4-4. I know that much. I don't know
What do
what
we think?
the
What do we
Buccaneers
think
are.
about Chase Young going to the 49ers? I'm interested to know what you guys think of that.
Could care less. Could care less neither. Who cares?
Do you?
I'm not gonna lie, Steven.
I think it was a desperation move. I think it was a desperation move by that team because I think they're really scared about what the decision. I mean, the last 3 weeks. Let's be honest. Brock Purdy ain't been so purdy. Okay, he's just been.
But Chase Young ain't helping that.
Personnel isn't the Niners' problem. It's coaching.
Actually, right now the Atlanta Falcons are leading the NFC South.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why they're making a quarterback change. That's crazy.
It's Atlanta Falcons are 4-4. New Orleans Saints are 4-4. Tampa Bay is 3-4.
Chase Young. I know that we're gonna cry about it. Lewis is gonna say it don't matter. Chase Young for a 3rd round pick for a contender it's a hell of a deal. That's a hell of a deal. I'm sorry.
I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. It's better than Chubb for a first in $130 million, $21 million.
Let's not talk about Chubb. Chubb's had 3 sacks in 3 straight games.
Hey, Rashad,
he picking it up. He picking it
Rashad,
up.
who leads our team in sacks, Rashad?
Chubb, who's 30th in the NFL in sacks.
The fact of the matter is, this Chase Young deal, though, Seattle, I believe, is in first place in that division, if I'm not mistaken. They're 5-2. The 49ers are 5-3.
Seattle's 5-2? Wow.
Seattle made a trade, Lewis. Seattle made a trade, though. They got Williams.
Rashad, that 1:00 game, Seattle versus Baltimore.
Ravens is big. That's the first one I seen.
That game's going to be fire.
That's
Seattle
the first one I looked at.
That could help us out.
Great
game. It could. But Baltimore's defense is really that good. They picked up right from last year.
I'm with Stephen D. I think the 49ers getting Chase Young, that's a desperation move. The defense in San Francisco hasn't been the problem over the last 3 weeks. It's been Brock Purdy in this offense. And if people think that Chase Young is going to come in there and just, oh my God, he's going to change life. No, it's not. That's not how this thing works. So if you think about it, in that division, I forgot, Batman just said it. Didn't they trade for Leonard Williams or somebody?
Yeah, the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, exactly. That's a better move, in my opinion, than what the 49ers got with Chase Young. That's a way better.
They already got D-line.
The 49ers by far now do have the best D-line in football. Not even a question.
San Francisco had extra 3rd round compensatory picks to give up for Chase Young.
Yeah, it was a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
They're not going to pay him. Listen, isn't that like in case of an emergency that they don't sign Nick Bosa, or did they already sign Nick Bosa?
They already signed Nick Bosa.
Yeah, they are straight up renting him for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
There's no way Chase Young re-signs in San Francisco.
They just added depth. That's how I look at it. I like their front four already.
Hey, I have a question for you guys. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I do have a question for y'all.
Here we go.
I'm about to.
Here we go. Here comes the nonsense.
Wild Wednesday.
Hit us with it.
If the Dolphins don't pay Christian Wilkins,
bring him home.
Would you?
He's a Patriot.
Would you want to see Chase Young in a Dolphins uniform?
Bring him home.
They play different positions.
I understand that, but you got it. But you still have
no. We still have Chubb here. We'll still have Phillips. Hopefully, we bring back AVG. No, because they're all playing that outside.
I'm with Lewis. Go get those Chase Young jerseys already custom by the Dolphins. Go get them.
Chase Young is going to get that bag. I promise y'all, he is.
Nah, Steven. He's been injured. He's been injured his whole career.
You don't get it from the Cleveland Browns.
So wait a minute. Wait. I just want to get because
I understand that they play 2 separate positions.
Okay. No. No. What I'm asking,
purely
Steven,
coming at it from the money standpoint.
Oh, okay, and this is what I'm saying from a money standpoint. Forget about the positions. You bring in Chase Young.
Yep.
So are you telling me you're not re-signing Jalen Phillips in 2 years?
No, Jalen stays, but Emmanuel Ogba. So next year,
but you only have two class.
Listen,
you only have two guys.
You get Emmanuel Ogba and Christian Wilkins contract off the books next year.
It's not about that, Steven. I'm talking about Bradley.
What am I doing? 5 edge rushers.
Yeah, exactly. You got Bradley Chubb as an edge rusher. Jalen.
By the way, guys, I'm not saying I want to do this. I clearly just brought that up to Riley.
I'm saying no, Steven. I'm bringing up, and again, Steven, I'm bringing up. If you did bring in Chase Young, does that mean you would leave Jalen Phillips out of the equation moving forward? Because they play the same position.
No, I would. Here's what I would do. I would give Chase Young a big ass signing bonus, make it 5 years deal, backload the hell out of it. I would have dead cap money at the end of it, but I would figure out a way to make that work down the road. And my goal would be to have him for 2 to 3 years. That'd be it.
Man, I don't know about that, man.
I don't care.
I got something that'll stir the pot up more.
I don't care what Lewis says. I don't care what anybody. I'm with Lewis. Go get them Chase Young.
To be fair, I actually agree with Cruz here. Chase Young is a name. He'll be no better than Ogba here.
I agree.
Young, I would agree probably with that.
Because Chase Young has actually done something in his career. He's actually done something at least his first year. He did something.
Chase Young is not necessarily a name. He's a really good player. But he has to fit into this defense. And I don't know if Chase Young would fit into Vic Fangio's defense.
My issue with him that is my issue. That is my issue with Chase. He is nasty. The problem is he can't be on the field. That's his issue. When he's on the field, he is pretty good. He can't stay healthy.
Every player. Batman
Wilkins is fitting in on the scheme right now. If you look, he's he's second in sacks. He's got 4.5 sacks.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Don't say that too loud because Lewis gets scared when he hears that number.
That's because everybody else is doing their jobs and pushing quarterbacks right into them. Please stop.
Lewis gets scared when he hears 4.5, Papa Paul, because he knows that 10 is coming.
Lewis, I support you 99% of the time. We agree on some things, but when this past Sunday watching the game, freaking Wilkins was all over that field. He was doing his job and
I agree. I agree. Well, hold on, Stephen. Watch this. This is where we kill these arguments. Because I would agree with Papa Paul, right? Christian Wilkins is dominating. He's balling. Pull up Zach Seiler's numbers this year and pull up Christian Wilkins' numbers this year, and you tell me where the difference is. And I can tell you the biggest difference is Christian Wilkins wants access of 20+ million, and Zach Seiler's giving you the same amount of production for half of the cost.
We don't know that, Lewis. That's hypothetical.
What do you mean? The numbers are dictating that. What do you mean?
We don't know what Wilkins wants. We don't know.
Man, stop.
He turned down 26 million, Batman.
He turned down 26 million.
I need somebody to put that out there.
26 million.
I need to see the article. Give me the article. I don't care what Pete said.
I agree with Lewis on that.
Hold on. I want to add this caveat. Hold on, guys. I want to add this caveat in there. So I said at the beginning of the year, I said, gentlemen, ladies, anybody who's watching, I said, there's going to be a learning curve for this defense, the same way there was for McDaniel in this offense. The one thing I can say about this defense over the last, 8 weeks has been it has evolved, and it's getting better. It's getting 100%. Better. Guys are learning their roles in it. And to be fair, Vic Fangio's adjusting to what the players' attributes are to put that more into the game plan and into the scheme. So I think by the time this is all said and done, another 8 weeks from now, we could have a top 10 defense in the league. And he doesn't have the personnel of 100% that Vic Fangio wants. And the personnel isn't 100% comfortable, and they'll still have a top 10 defense in this league. I think that.
Let me ask you a question, Steven, and everybody up here.
You're right.
And everybody up here. Christian Wilkins has 4.5 sacks, right?
Right now.
That's what he's averaged the most in an NFL season so far, right?
So he's having a career year technically.
Oh, okay. So we're
career
8
high
games
is
in,
4.5
What does that
sacks.
matter?
so he has 4.5 in 8 games, and we're talking
Right.
about a change of a scheme, bro. All I know is Lewis wants to deflect because he's gonna lose. Christian Wilkins is getting 10 sacks this season. I don't care what anybody says.
If Christian Wilkins does get 10 sacks, he gets the bag.
Yes.
And he gets them from us.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he don't. No,
Yeah,
he don't.
That's a fact.
That's not a fact. That's not a fact. That's not a fact. Because you got people in the chat saying Siler don't have the sack numbers of Christian Wilkins this year. I believe Siler has 3.5, right? So he don't have the
4.
sack numbers. He's 1 or he has 4. So Christian Wilkins has half a sack more than Zach Siler. What are we talking about here?
So Lewis, let's play that out. Let's say Christian Wilkins ends up with 11 sacks and Zach Siler ends up with 10. Season's over. We went to the Super Bowl. Hopefully we won it, right?
Right.
What does Christian Wilkins do at that point in the Dolphins? Do they basically
the Dolphins walk away and go get a big time linebacker in free agency or another corner or another D tackle somewhere else?
Do you think
because
that
again
do you think they will make an offer to him?
Yeah, we can make an offer, but what again? If to your point, Stephen, to your scenario, if Christian Wilkins has 11 and Zach Siler has 10, and the production is the same, and I'm paying Zach Siler what, 8.5, 9 million? Why am I going to give a guy 20
8.5, 9 million? That man get 13 million. 13
okay, 13. Okay,
yeah.
13 million, right? Why would I pay a guy in Christian Wilkins that's giving me the exact same numbers, 23 million? Why would I give a guy that's giving me the same amount of production, $10+ million more? Why?
He's asking for 30, to be fair.
Okay, so I'm going to give him 17 more million for 1 sack. That's what you mean to tell me? Like, stop the cap. Wait, what world do y'all live in?
I can't argue.
Why would I do that?
Lewis's logic here. I want to argue with Lewis's logic because
that's why Batman left.
But he makes sense.
That's why Batman left.
It makes sense.
I want to argue with it because I feel like he's a locker room presence, and I feel like that adds and holds weight, and maybe he's a glue that holds some of this defense together.
Stop.
We don't know that.
Please. Well, again, do you pay $17 million for glue, Stephen?
Hey, Pete said Wilkins versus Eagles, 0 sacks. Wilkins versus Bills, 0 sacks. 3 tackles combined in those 2 games. Wilkins is not getting a sack versus the Chiefs. Just like Tua, Wilkins is another that fails to show up, Pete says.
I don't want to hear that. What Chubb sacks come in? Oh, Pete said it. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with Pete. But nah, I'm just saying I'm not paying.
I don't know it. I don't know if anybody agrees.
Like you agree with Pete.
I don't agree with that nonsense.
No, I don't. I'm not. But I'm not bringing up specific games. I'm just saying in general. Pete's saying, "Oh, he didn't get a sack in Buffalo. He didn't get a sack." I don't care about none of that. I'm saying to your point, Stephen. Your question was, if Siler has 10 and Christian Wilkins has 11, and the tackles for the most part look the same, and when you see the production is the same, why am I paying a guy 13 million, and then the next guy that's giving me that same production, I'm going to give him 30 or 25 or no, it just don't make sense. And again, you can get by with, let's say, a little bit lesser talent if you upgrade the linebacker position. If you go get another big-time corner or something like that. That's more important than paying Christian Wilkins excess of $30 million. Like, let's be fair. I love Christian Wilkins. I love everything he's about. He's a
says
leader.
Lewis is schooling this panel. Wilkins can go. Overrated.
You know what? Let me show my face on that. Let me show my face on that. Say it again,
Lewis. D'Angelo said Lewis is right. Boy, look at all these people backing you.
Look,
Cooking out here with grease, goddammit.
Lewis, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that and that logic.
It don't make sense to pay that man that much money. I mean, it is what it is.
Dayon says, what do y'all think about the Buffalo Bills trading for the Green Bay Packers corner? I think they're just trying to, stock up. They're just look, any Jets or Bills, both of them would be in their right mind to trade to add to their secondary, considering who they have to play against. and
to try and up their game a bit.
Correct. Yep. And so the Buffalo Bills know that they have to play us again. And like, yeah, I mean, I and compete with us in the playoffs, and they also have to compete with Kansas City in the playoffs, and the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Baltimore Ravens. It 100% makes sense that they do it because let's be fair, the Dolphins have the best secondary in the NFL right now when healthy, 100%, and it's not even close. So, yeah, I mean, they had to, man. They had to make a move. And they lost Tre'Davious. You're right. They lost Tre'Davious White. So so that makes a difference too. Rashad, what you doing, man?
Nothing, just left the dentist. Playing 2K.
Playing 2K. You not working today?
Yep, I close. Gotta be there at 1.
Ooh.
Isn't that like 10 minutes from now?
No, I'm in California.
Oh, never mind.
Like 10 hours from now. No, I'm joking. 3 hours from now.
I'll tell you, it is weird living in Mississippi, being on Central Time Zone. So it's 11:50 here.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm still in the morning, and technically, this is still a morning show.
Technically.
Oh man, I love it. Y'all are the best. All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Did I miss anything? Mark Newman says we beat the Kansas City Chiefs 34-17. Tyreek goes for 135 and 2 tutties.
I agree with the Tyreek part.
I like it. I don't know if we're putting. I'm not saying we're not putting up 30, but I think the game's.
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to hold.
I think it'll be 34-31 or 28-25 or 24.
Something like that. Yeah, I said 31-28 yesterday. You know, it's going to be a close game. I don't see us holding Kansas City to just 17.
It don't need to be close. It should be a blowout. If it's not a blowout, I'll be upset. If we lose, we are frauds.
That we didn't blow out the team that won the Super Bowl last year?
No, yes. Yeah, this isn't that team.
Yeah, no, it's not that team. And I don't care what happens.
Not even close.
We win.
As long as we win.
Yeah, as long as we win. That's all that matters. And I don't care how they do it.
I'd be happy with a win. But the numbers, the roster, I'm not gonna say the coaching. Everything says this game shouldn't be close. We should win I'm by 10 plus.
Real talk, I do not have a prediction for the score. I don't know if this will be a big game or Mark Newman says F it. Miami win 35-17. F it. I don't have a prediction. Look, if anybody thinks that Miami's going to score 40 or Miami is going to be in a defensive, be honest with yourself. There's nobody that knows what's going to happen on Sunday. What I do know is that I think we're a better team than Kansas City. Yeah. And I think we're going to beat them. But they are the defending Super Bowl champions, and they still have Patrick Mahomes. And as long as they have Patrick Mahomes, they're going to be a competitive football team and be a good football team. So I think we're going to win, but I think it's going to be close. Do I think it's going to be a shootout or a defensive battle? I have no clue. And that's just the honest to God truth. I don't know.
First of all, shootout, we're going to blow them out, and Chubb is going to have.
Thank you. Does Kansas City have the weapons to get into a shootout?
They have Patrick Mahomes. That's the only weapon they need to get into.
And we got Jalen Ramsey.
When their receivers,
do they have the weapons to get into a shootout?
Hold up. When their receivers are dropping passes, Mahomes can't go catch them either.
All right, what I'm hearing from you guys, I want to make sure I'm hearing this correctly from you guys. If the Dolphins get into a shootout with the Kansas City Chiefs, you don't think the Kansas City Chiefs can hold because their receivers suck?
They don't have the weapons to get into it, Steven.
They have
you throw a double up on Kelsey. I would feel better than let the receivers see if their receivers can beat our corners.
I love our secondary, guys, and I think it's going to be a great secondary. But y'all out here acting like we've already proven that we can beat them.
Steven, first and quarter.
We're going to beat them, but I ain't that confident. Like, let's be real.
First and quarterback hits, third in sacks.
Who,
I
us?
think, yeah. I think we're second in pressures.
We're third in sacks in the NFL?
Yes.
What?
We just added a Jalen Ramsey. X could be coming back.
I didn't know we were third in sacks in the NFL. That's impressive.
Javon Holland is off of concussion protocol. Like, we look at the numbers, and of course we got to add the Chargers game, we got to add the Eagles game, we got to add the Bills game, and that's where a majority of our points come from.
Their best receiver leads the NFL in drops.
We haven't given up 100 yards rushing to I don't know if it's 100 yards rushing or 100 yards to a single player since week 1. The run defense is that good. The quarterbacks, they're throwing 40, 45, 50 times a game, and they're almost touching 300 yards a game. They should be over 350 with all those attempts.
John 83 says if you take away Kelsey, you have a good shot to win.
Yeah.
Well, I can reiterate on that. You know, if you look at the stats when because Taylor Swift's not supposed to be there. When she's there, Kelsey's over 100 yards a game. But when she's not there, he doesn't even get 50 yards a game.
What happened when Kelsey doesn't play well though? You look over, he doesn't have a consistent target that he can depend on. If you double up on Kelsey,
did they just get what's his face back from?
Yeah, but Hartman drops passes more of a special team. He's even a third receiver. He never got playing time in New York.
Or New York, sorry. Like, look, I'm sorry. They have Patrick Mahomes. They have Travis Kelce. They're gonna put up points. They proved last year that they could win a Super Bowl without weapons.
Hey, you're right. They put up points. That's why they only had 3 field goals against Denver. You know, they're struggling. Look at what they have. Hold up.
That's a division opponent.
I know, but look up their schedule.
Can you look who have they beaten? The 1-0 Jaguars?
Look up their schedule. Look how their scoring is even down overall.
The schedule is trash. They haven't beaten
all I got to say is I just hope they play as well as they did against the Broncos.
Hey, no, but seriously, Stephen D., what's their schedule?
Look, I'm not looking. I'm
going to tell you like this. I have Patrick Mahomes in fantasy football. I've had him since week 1. He has been a major besides last week
on Sunday.
Yeah, because I'm not starting CJ Stroud.
Yeah, Stroud's out though. That's
yeah, exactly.
Man.
Besides,
you need to start Addison O'Connell. That needs to be your play.
Hey, I like that kid. He looked good in the preseason. We go see how he does.
Hey, here's a hot take. Addison O'Connell has a better day than Patrick Mahomes on Sunday.
Oh yeah, easy.
Don't quote me on that.
What the hell am I walking into, bro? What did I just hear?
Nothing. I'm just messing.
What's up, Cap?
What the hell?
Long time no talk, brother.
Long time no talk, Todd. How are you? How is everyone? Good afternoon, everyone. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Hey, Steven.
How you doing?
The Giants, you can stamp that.
Say what?
Hey, bro, don't forget, they got Pacheco, they got Rashee Rice, they might have lost Nick Bolton on defense, they got Chris Jones. I mean, don't walk into this thing thinking they're Denver, bro.
No, we got that run defense. We got that run defense for Pacheco. I'm not worried about Pachenko when we just dealt with DeAndre Swift, Ramondre Stevenson.
I've never seen you this confident, Rashad.
Did you don't remember me saying we were putting up 50 versus the Broncos?
I like it, bro.
You forgot about that?
I'm not this confident.
Well,
I'm
I gotta head out.
If
Steven.
we
I'm
do
gonna catch y'all
lose,
later.
we have a major problem. We shouldn't lose this game.
All right now.
There's nowhere, nothing.
Time out. No. I just need y'all to come down to earth for a second. Time out.
Come down.
I want to state for the record.
Come down to earth.
Hold on. Listen. I want to state for the
Trying
record.
to get out of earth, bro.
I think that we are going to win this game, and I think we are the better team than Kansas City. Okay? I want to state that for the record. Now, as a football fan, taking my homer hat off, and honestly, I didn't even have it on and thinking that. I think we are the better team even without my homer hat on, right? There's still a couple of things. We're playing the defending NFL MVP in Patrick Mahomes. We're still facing the best tight end in the league right now in Travis Kelce. And we're still facing the team that won the Super Bowl last year. Let's not get overconfident. And to make a statement of, if we lose this game, there's something seriously wrong. We lost the game to the defending Super Bowl. Now, if we get blown out, yes, there's something wrong. But if we lose a close game, we just need to figure out a way to figure out how to get over those problems. And guess what?
Look.
We got 3 of against quality team where we can do and we can learn that from. Is not the end
Yeah,
of the
but
world.
what's our quality record though? That's my issue. Like, yeah, we can go ahead and put we can put camouflage on the last couple of weeks with teams that are not Philly and they're not Buffalo. But if we lose to KC, that narrative will be thrown out there regardless of what type of makeup you want to put.
I don't care if that's the narrative they have.
Well, you better care because you just said the last 8 teams, half of them are competitors.
Well, look, we need to find out a way, but I don't think we're in big trouble. If we lose,
no, I don't want to say we're in big trouble, but I just don't want to get into that situation where we missed the playoffs by 1 game for the 4th time. You get me?
It ain't gonna happen.
If we lose, if we lose to Kansas City,
up,
we are legit
What's up, Shake?
frauds. I'll
Shake
say it first. I'll say it first. We got no business losing to the Chiefs.
Narrative is so out of
We
whack.
got no business. Okay. They got Patrick Mahomes and they got Travis Kelce, best tight end, best quarterback in the league. Who's the MVP front runner right now?
Yeah, but what's our Achilles heel? Covering tight ends.
Wait. When was the last time you heard a receiver in the MVP conversation?
It's been a long time.
Who is that? Who is that?
Time.
Oh, okay. So we got weapons just like they got weapons. Granted, their defense is ranked better than ours is, but who have they played? The Jaguars?
Yeah, I don't understand how their defense just because of Chris Jones. Chris Jones is Chris Jones, but I don't understand how that catapults.
I would love to see our defense versus the Chicago Bears. I would love that.
All right,
that'll make my day.
I don't know who it is, but somebody's got a lot of background noise. I'm telling y'all right now, this is a statement game. Yes, I agree. But if we lose by a field goal at the end of the game, or we lose by a touchdown, or within a touchdown, if we're in one score of losing this game, guys, we're almost there. We just need to tweak a few more things. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Stop it. And
I'm telling you,
to say that we're fraud. Now, if we get blown out by them, then I can hear the fraud narrative.
Bro, I'll be so mad if the end of the world happens and we don't win a Super Bowl. You know how mad I'll be?
Rashad is on point this time. Chiefs aren't that good this season. I just want to state for the record, I think we're the better team. They're still the defending champions. They still have the MVP of the NFL and Patrick Mahomes.
I understand what you're saying.
That means nothing.
How many times have you seen the Super Bowl team the following year go bust?
Yeah, I got you. I understand all that. I think y'all are being very overconfident right now, and also like y'all just take it down a notch, okay? And if
I will say this:
y'all are setting this up to believe that if we lose, we're frauds. It's the end of the world. We're not a good football team. Just give up. That's BS.
No, I don't
Get
believe
outta
that
here.
either.
Steve,
I don't believe that
Hey,
either.
Stephen D.
But I gotta head out, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day. I gotta head out. Y'all have
Have a
right,
great
Papa
one.
Paul.
All right, Papa Paul.
I think you're going to see a lot of Ramsey on the best receiver they got, which is their tight end.
I'll put it out there like this.
Kelsey's going to get a lot of Ramsey.
We go out there with Ramsey X Holland, Armstead, Connor Williams, and we lose this game, we're not who we thought we were. National media got it 100% correct. We ain't played no.
Time out. We lose 31-28.
With all the weapons that we have versus
we lose 31-28.
Mahomes,
You think we're frauds?
If we lose to Mahomes,
to the defending Super Bowl champions,
if we lose
that's a crazy statement
to Mahomes, no. If we lose to Mahomes, Kelsey, and Chris Jones, those three, they're down their star linebacker. We lose to those three when we have Tyreek, Tua, Ramsey, X, Wilkins, Chubb, Connor Williams, Armstead. If all these, if we're healthy, and we lose to three players that know, everybody knows that the Chiefs are. Their record says one thing, but they're even talking bad about themselves. You can't win. You can't win games if your receivers can't catch. Like they're leaning on their defense. They're playing keep away, and they're playing bad teams. The best team that they have played so far is the Jaguars. You can say Minnesota if you want to. Blah. Like, if they played the Eagles today or the Bills today, they would lose. I can assure you they will lose those games. It would.
Look, I need.
They almost lost to the Jets. The referees gave them a call. They almost lost to the Jets.
I'm gonna say about it because I think y'all are crazy.
Hey, how about now? Sound better? Mic check. 1, 2.
Yeah, that sounds better. The Dolphins are playing better. They are currently the better team, but they are still playing the defending Super Bowl champions and the defending MVP, and you have to play that into account. And if God forbid we do lose 31-28, 31-30, something stupid like that, guys. We played the defending Super Bowl champions and went.
It's gonna get thrown out there, bro. You can't beat the big time teams. It's gonna get thrown out there, bro.
I don't care what the national narrative is. I clearly saw the St. Louis Rams beat
national.
I clearly saw the St. Louis Rams beat one team above 500 and go on to win the Super Bowl, and they say that's the greatest offense of all time. One team they beat over 500 that year. One. So let's not come up here and talk anything about all the narratives. Who cares? If you win in January and you win in February, that's all that matters.
Steven,
Hey, Steven,
wait,
hold
on. The Chiefs currently have one win versus a 500 team.
Okay, so
that's it. Only one.
I just wanted to come up here before I got back to work. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Yes, this is my first time calling in the show. I absolutely love this show, Steven. So
welcome.
Shout out. Love it.
So I just wanted to say before I get back to work here, that I don't give a damn if we lose by a little bit to the Chiefs, as long as we face their ass in the playoffs, where we go.
So what if we miss the playoffs by one game?
Let him talk. Let the man talk.
If we lose by a touchdown or by 3 points, it's still Patrick Mahomes. And as long as if you lose against them now, you're still going to love it when we beat them in the playoffs by going into Arrowhead and taking care of business, or in Miami taking care of business, because we already know how they'll play us.
I think
I
y'all
don't
are
know
missing.
who this guy is, but I like what he's saying.
I think y'all missing the point. I think y'all are missing the point. The point is,
hey, it's LA Knight's birthday, Greg.
Losing to a lesser Chiefs team screams fraud. If this was the Kansas City Chiefs of last year, yes, I understand that.
I understand that.
Listen to this man.
Losing to a lesser Chiefs team. So we're contenders if we lose.
We are.
Pretty much.
If we lose by 3, then yes, because who cares when
No.
we make the playoffs?
All that matters if you beat them in the playoffs.
If you lose by a touchdown or less, we're still in it. We get blown out by 10 or
That's
more
a whole
points.
other story.
It's a whole other story.
Yeah, if we get blown out, then there's some serious issues there.
So what would that story be? I'm curious.
I could hear the fraud narrative then. I could 100% hear the fraud narrative.
That same fraud narrative be keep on pushing.
The national media has never liked Miami.
Let me state for the record, I won't think that we're frauds, but I'm not going to argue somebody that says it. But if we lose by a field goal and somebody comes up here the next day talking about, oh, we're frauds, that's BS.
Why are we talking about losing? We've been in Germany since Monday. The Chiefs aren't even in Germany.
I agree. Dude, we're
going to be slow.
That's the other thing. I have clearly said for the whole week, we're going to beat Kansas City. We're going to beat them. Like, I think that we're going to beat them.
To be honest with you, I'm a diehard Dolphins fan, but I do not expect to win going into this game because that's just me knowing the Dolphins. And going across.
So you just said it, though. You said, as a Dolphins fan, I just don't expect us to win this game.
Well, what's our European record? That's a good point.
That's your PTSD. That's your Dolphins PTSD talking, okay?
No, but to his point, what's our European record?
1-4.
We've never We've never played in Germany. This is the first time playing in Germany.
We played in London.
We can't beat this team now when they are at their weakest. We don't deserve to make it to the playoffs. That's just a ridiculous statement, Flip. I love this Flip side, but like,
I'd rather us lose all of our big games if that means we beat them in the playoffs.
And I shouldn't have this much PTSD because I'm only 21 years old, and I've
you should at 21 years old. You definitely should. But
I'm 21 too. I've seen the same shit every year.
I started watching really during the Joe Philbin era. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. And you still became a fan? Shout out to you, my guy.
No,
maybe they're immune to it because it's in their blood because they're young.
I mean, look, I'm 35 and all I really know is losing, so I get it. I understand it.
Hey, I still love watching every single Sunday.
Look, I'll say this, man. I think that the Dolphins. I have said this clearly. The Dolphins, in my opinion, are the best team in the AFC. They're probably the best team in the NFL. You can make the argument for that. And if nothing else, they are the most consistent team in all of the NFL. Go look at every single team's record. Nobody has every team has 2 losses, right? Is there any team that has 1 loss?
So that's what I'm asking. Eagles. With that parity, we can lose 1 game and not be even contention. That's how tight it is right now.
So the Eagles you can make. But you said the Eagles have 1 loss?
Yep.
Yeah, they're 7-1. Okay. So with the exception of the Eagles, who, by the way, we went toe-to-toe with them, in my opinion. And that was with playing against the referees and them. We are the most consistent team besides the Eagles in the NFL. 100%. We have the 1 game you can't say we were in was Buffalo. We clearly got hammered by them. But every other game we've either demolished, trashed, and taken care of business the way we need to when it was all said and done. And the other game that we lost beside it was Philly, who, by the way, is playing like the best team in the NFL. And Buffalo's a divisional opponent. How many times do I have to say divisional opponent games always give you, like, there's that, like, we saw what Denver did to Kansas City last week. Divisional opponents just play you different. Point blank.
Yeah, before I get out of work, I just wanted to throw my prediction out there.
Go ahead, man.
I think Dolphins, and don't kill me. Like I said before, I do not expect us to win. My overall prediction is Dolphins lose 30-28, which I'll be fine with. But if the Dolphins
I hope
win,
you're wrong. I hope you're wrong.
I hope so too. I hope to all hell. But
Me too.
30. But if we win, it'll be 35-20.
Why are we going? Time out. I don't hate the score prediction, but it's freaking Germany. This game, if I was the betting man, I would take the under.
It's interesting.
All these international games go under. I think all the London games this year were under.
He's not lying. He's right about that.
Well, that
Don't
means
get me wrong. I would love
that
to
means-
be having
that
a
means all the
35
money's going in the under, which means that
How many of those teams traveled out a week before the game?
That's true. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. I hope it's a 35-28 game and not a snooze fest because I'd rather have a high action impact game at 9 a.m. than a snooze fest. You know what I mean?
Man, I remember we went to London and they revealed the what? It was like a 50-foot tall Jason Taylor robot, and we ended up getting our asses kicked regardless. And we were there for like 2 weeks.
That was like the very first game in London that the NFL did, by the way. I remember that game.
Yo.
What up, Will?
What's happening, guys? What's up, Steven?
What's going on, buddy?
Nothing. I don't. As usual, I don't have a ton of time, and I'm sorry, the technology that I'm using is garbage. So sorry for popping in and out right there, real quick. But I'm just listening to these kids talk about how they're 21 and they got Dolphins PTSD, and in reality, I'm thinking about it I've probably been I'm 36, so I'm basically your age, Steven, and when I talk about PTSD, I mean, when I first became a huge fan, when I was 12, 13, 14, that was right at the peak of Jay Fiedler going into AJ Feely and Brian Greasy and Ray Lucas and shit.
Your first memory was 62-7, just like me.
Oh, yeah. And dude, I remember, so I think it was 02 or 03 when we were in New England with the playoffs on the line, and Jay Fiedler threw that interception out of our own end zone, and Brewski returned it for a touchdown.
I remember that.
Yep.
Oh my God.
That's PTSD at its finest. And Will, let me add to you, buddy. That is why some of these fans are yeah, we're frauds. But the reality is we're not. We're one of the best teams in the I'm sorry. This fraud narrative is the worst argument I've ever heard in life. It's a horrible argument. We're not frauds by any way, shape, or form. And even if we lose on Sunday, we're still not frauds. Just shut up with the fraud narrative. It's a horrible narrative.
I tend to agree with you, but I do understand why people are saying it, because of our history and especially our recent history. And yeah, so I mean, I just want to my personal take on the game going into it. I because of my PTSD, I really don't I can't bring myself to expect a win. But looking at this on paper, we really should, especially if we get the O-line pieces back, with Connor Williams and Armstead, this is a game that on paper we are the better overall team, I think. But like you said, okay, so I'm in New York, so I'm surrounded by I watched the Giants in 07 and 11 when they won the Super Bowl. They really were not great teams in the regular season at all. So if we lose, it will suck absolutely, and it'll stoke the flames of that whole fraud narrative. But I don't think we're frauds if we lose. But in reality, we really should win the game on paper.
Hey, those Giants teams that won the Super Bowl, were they wild card teams?
They were wild card teams.
Wild card team.
Bip Bop says, big game. We need to secure almost all or all playoff games to go through Miami. I'm not mad at that statement, Bip Bop. I'll say this: if the Dolphins lose on Sunday, I still think we'll be 10-3 by the time we get to the last 3 games, because I think we win the next 4. And so with that being said, that's Dallas, Baltimore, and Buffalo in the last 3. And
that's tough too.
And that's a great. What
about Washington?
You want the
Baltimore is really tough, man.
You want the Dolphins to have a measuring stick or to be tested. Let's say we lose on Sunday, we win the next 4, which I predict that we will. Then at that point, everybody needs to be waiting for the last 3 games, because that's December. That's right there with the playoffs. We'll have a chance for the number 1 seed without a doubt.
When's the Baltimore game, Steven?
Huh?
The Baltimore games when?
New Year's Eve.
December 31st.
Yep, New Year's.
Is that week 15 or 16?
16.
17.
Wow.
I just don't want to say. I don't want to say it because it's the last game. But you and I and all of us up here, we all know. Okay, fine. We beat them 2 times in a row. But you know that if we play them the last game of the season, that better not be for all the marbles. My God,
it's not the last game of the season.
It's not.
The last game of the
It's
season
Buffalo at home.
is Buffalo at home.
No, but what I'm saying is that
Baltimore's
game
gonna want to beat us. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That game better not.
The last couple of years, I agree.
You know, we better not have that game and thinking it's a gimme game going into that Buffalo game because that game can eliminate us.
I don't think.
Absolutely.
I don't know. But look, here's the thing: if we're sitting at 10-3, we're making the playoffs 100%.
If I get into another scenario where we get eliminated by Lamar Jackson, just like we got eliminated by Tannehill, I will lose my crap, bro.
I don't disagree, but I promise you, when we're sitting at 10-3 or 11-2, we're already in the playoffs. Then the question's going to be
that Baltimore game. No matter what, that Baltimore game won't be an elimination game.
It won't be, but it could be.
Worst case scenario.
You would think so, but you guys are counting all these games already. We're midway through the season.
I'm telling you right now, we are winning the next 4 after the bye. Just hear me when I say so. We're winning the next 4.
Hope so. Yeah, and like real quick, I'll say this and then I gotta jump. But like, I know that health has been a factor in this, but like we're such a better team at home. Like so much better this year. So home field would make a big difference going forward, but in the playoffs. So yeah, guys, I'll talk to you later. I appreciate you having me on, Steven.
No problem, brother. Be good, Will. Look, I get that I'm very confident in what the Dolphins are doing or going to do, but like I'm just, looking at the schedule and I'm saying to myself, okay, the Dolphins after the bye have the Raiders, that's a win. Have the Jets, that's a win. Have the Commanders, that's a win, and have the Titans, that's a win. Those 4 games are wins. There's no reason we should lose the next 4 games after the bye. None. I don't want to hear.
There was no reason we should have been trailing in the half times of these past games we had either.
Now you got to remember about that too. We have the Jets twice in that stretch, and all signs are pointing towards 2 different Jet teams in those 2 games because Aaron Rodgers might be back for that second one.
So I said that, and what's his face said that he can't come back because he's on long-term IR.
No, that is not correct.
I didn't think so either, but that's what I was told today. I haven't confirmed it yet.
The Jets are prepared for him to be back by December. If he is or not, like if he is, that's
Yeah, they saw him running around taking some holistic stuff, and he's saying he'll be ready by then. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but he's still not going to be back by Black Friday. He's not going to be back.
No, but he'll be back. But he has a chance of being back by the second game in December.
That's fine. That's still not part of that 4-game stretch. So that's
the game. That's the game right after that 4-game stretch.
I said we were winning the next 4 after the bye: the Raiders, the Jets, the Commanders, and Titans. After that, we got the Jets at home, the Cowboys at home, the Ravens in Baltimore, and the Bills at home. The last month of the year, the Dolphins play 3 out of the last 4 games at Hard Rock Stadium. Everybody's telling me the Dolphins are going to go undefeated at home this year. The Dolphins are going to go undefeated at home this year. Well, if that's the case, and I think that we're going to be, let's say we lose on Sunday. I'll say that, I'll just put it out there. We lose on Sunday. God forbid, knock on wood. I don't think that we're going to, but let's say we do. We'll be sitting at 6-3 going into the bye. And then we win the next 4. That puts us at 10-3. And then we have the Jets, the Cowboys, and the Bills at home and Baltimore on the road. If we just lose one of those games, that puts us at 13-4 and a very good opportunity to be first in the AFC, the number 1 seed. And I
don't want to pop your balloon necessarily, but I don't want to count that Raiders game as a guaranteed win just yet.
I do.
Anytime. First of all, that team was a damn good team before they hired Josh McDaniels as coach, because he's a terrible coach and he drove that franchise into the ground over the last season and a half. But look historically, anytime teams get those mid-season firings, they always have like a 1 to 3 game turnaround where all of a sudden they look like they're a completely different team.
Addison O'Connell's not beating the Miami Dolphins. I promise you all that. Okay.
I'm just saying. I would wait and see what that team looks like.
Wait and see for nothing
without Josh McDaniels ruining them.
Flipside Fishing
by that time. H&M will be back.
With his $5 donation said, do this exercise.
I mean, that said, it's a it's a West Coast team coming out east, and they never fare well either. And they'll be wearing those black uniforms.
Match player for player and tell me where the Chiefs are better than us. Besides quarterback and tight end, they don't have much talent this season.
Offensive line.
Still the offensive line. Yep. And now our numbers might show that we're better right now. That's crazy to think.
Defensive tackle.
Injuries, but I don't know about that. We might have
Chris Jones.
Like all around, like position for position, not player for player.
Gotcha.
Well, he did say match player for player.
Defensive tackle.
So Chris Jones against Christian Wilkins.
Honey Badger's playing better than any of our safeties.
Well, not when Javon Holland's in.
I mean, he's been up and down all season.
He's been better than most of them.
I need people to realize this is still the defending Super Bowl champions. Just give them
you know what?
Give them
for us to take that trip, and it was what? How long? 10 hours, Stephen? That flight?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. To do it now is a great move, and just do it a week early, right?
Yeah.
I think it was a great move.
Yeah, that was good. That was a great move.
All right, we're going to do final thoughts of the day, man. This was a good show, by the way. Thank you, everybody who's been hanging out. AJ, go ahead and do final thought of the day.
All right, my final thoughts is we're going to win this game. I'm not worried about no haters. We're just going to win this game and dominate. That's all I got to say. I appreciate y'all for having me on y'all.
AJ. Haters going to hate.
I appreciate y'all for having me on the panel, by the way.
No problem. No problem, AJ. Be good. Oh, look what the cat drug in at the final minute, ladies and gentlemen. Pete's Takes decided to show up.
I am so happy you guys are still. Final thoughts. I'm back with final thoughts.
No.
Man.
Wait. Is Skylar Thompson playing this weekend?
Is Skylar
No, but I miss Skylar. I'm happy. I was crossing my fingers, fellas. Trade deadline was yesterday. Quarterbacks needed to be moved. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. These GMs across the league are missing on a gem. They did not trade, or like what I thought, Chris Greer had his phone on airplane mode, took off to Germany, and did not even want to hear trade discussions with Skylar Thompson. That is what I think happened, because there's no way the Minnesota Vikings. Can you imagine Skylar in purple?
Nobody called probably about the North. Skylar Thompson.
I don't know about that, man. They got people out there wanting Jacoby Brissett from Washington. They just poked freaking Arizona's quarterback. Minnesota did. So there is a luxury for quarterback. And if Chris Greer wanted to keep somebody, he didn't have to keep Skylar.
See, Skylar's our emergency quarterback. We know that. The second half just started. Let's get to the situation of we're not frauds, Steven, because I heard you. And yes, we are frauds if we lose to the Chiefs. Okay? This is the thing, Steven. Look, bro, you're going to sit here and say, but look at the game the following week. We play the Raiders. The Raiders with a new coach. Was it Pierce, the linebacker for the Giants, is their new head coach now? Congratulations. But then they're going to start a rookie quarterback against us. You know what? We win that game and we lose to the Chiefs. What are we supposed to feel? Excited? We're still going to be down on the loss of the Chiefs, even beating the Raiders, because the whole national media is the Dolphins just are bullying teams. Clearly, they have a better roster than the bad teams, but they're just not good enough to beat the good teams. Why you don't like that, Stephen? That's the reality.
That is your reality.
He's not wrong.
Not ours. He's
not wrong.
Oh my God.
No, because think about it too, man. Like Kansas City they're not playing their best football right now. And we've got an advantage of players coming back healthy that we haven't had in several weeks. And they're already out there in Germany getting acclimated to the weather, the time, the field, everything a week ahead of time. They've got lined everything up to have all of these advantages in this game.
But if we lose it by a field goal, I just think it's
you put all these advantages in place to beat this team and then still don't beat them. Then yeah, that's not a good look.
But we're not frauds. We're not
You're
frauds.
looked at when you go into the playoffs, Steven, whether it's a home game or not, depending on your opponent, you might be the underdog sitting at home.
We won't be frauds, but
Quality opponent. If
I
we
think
play
we'd be
the Ravens
mediocre.
at the
We
Hard
would be
Rock
mediocre.
Stadium, Steven, they're probably going to look at us as underdogs. We have not beat a winning team. Let's say we beat the Ravens. I mean, we lose to the Ravens in the regular season, and then we face them in round 1 in the playoffs. They're going to sit here and call us the underdogs. We can't beat competitive teams. At some point, we need to shut down that narrative. Until that narrative isn't shut down.
I disagree with that example. If we beat the Ravens in Baltimore on New Year's Eve and then host them in the playoffs, we're not the
I know.
underdogs.
I said it wrong. Well, what I meant is we lose to the Ravens in the regular season, and then we face them in the playoffs at home. Like, we're at home. Even though we lost to them, we still sit at home. In the playoffs, they will still be considered the better favorites.
Depends on how badly that loss would be. I would think it would probably end up being like a 2-point game, 2.5 point. So technically they'd be favorites, but nah.
Look, I'm telling you,
unless they blow us out.
This fraudulent this fraud narrative that has been posted and people are running with, y'all can kick rocks. It is such a bad narrative. It's a
until the team proves the narrative wrong, the narrative
That's
will
the
stop.
agenda, buddy. That's the agenda, Steven. That's the agenda. We're not gonna pay Tua if all he's doing is beating these weak teams. He needs to step up like a big boy and step up to the plate if he wants that payday. That's all I'm saying. And you start with Kansas City.
Steven, why do you get like that? He's not wrong, bro.
Steven, let me tell you something.
Be one team with the winning record, and the narrative goes away.
Steven, let me tell you something. I'm still shocked a bit.
Ryan, hold on, Pete. I'll come back to you. You gonna get this. You gonna get this smoke too. Don't even worry about it. But Ryan, let me ask you something, sir. Did the greatest show on turf? How many teams did they beat with a winning record over 500 the year they won the Super Bowl? Don't worry, I'll wait. You should know the answer.
They didn't beat. I know the answer. They didn't beat any teams with over 500 record during the regular season.
They beat.
They beat one team. They beat a team that had an over 500 record at the time they played them, but finished well below 500 by the end of the season.
But wait. What team did you say, Steven? What team did you say?
He's talking about the Rams. He's talking about the Rams, the Kurt Warner Rams.
The greatest show on turf, the team that everybody compares this offensive team to.
It's not even the same. They were more of a downfield offense than we're a side-to-side offense, Steven. We can't even compare.
We keep comparing this team to the greatest show on turf. We compare our quarterback to Marino.
They had the same narrative.
You know why? Because when you're surfing, you're going sideways, buddy. Our offense is tricky and gimmicky.
Yes, they did.
The Rams had the same narrative that whole season.
And they won.
Are they or are they not frauds?
They
were able to prove.
Remember them
They
having
were
that
able
narrative.
to defeat the narrative. They got rid of the narrative. We haven't done that yet.
They didn't do it till the playoffs.
Then maybe you got to live with that narrative until the playoffs.
I can do whatever I want. It's my show, and I'm telling you right now, this fraud narrative is trash. This fraud narrative is absolute trash. Anybody who says that the Miami Dolphins are frauds right now are trash. I'm just telling you, trash.
What if I say they're mediocre?
I'm not saying they're frauds. I'm just simply saying you have to accept that narrative exists for a reason. No. And until they can prove that narrative wrong by beating a team with a winning record,
the only way that I will accept that narrative, and by the way, accept it from terms of fans saying it, is if we get blown out on Sunday. If we get blown out on Sunday, I'm still not going to agree to it, but I'm going to be like, I can't argue with it.
Is Jacksonville and the Ravens frauds? Are they frauds?
I'm glad you said that, Steven. I'm glad Steven just said that. That's all I really needed to hear. Because it's funny, some of these guys are up here, right? They're like, oh, who was it earlier up here? Rashad. Oh, we're going to beat the Chiefs. All they have is Kelsey. Does he not watch the rest of the NFL? Does he not watch it? Bro, Mahomes has a plethora of weapons. He's just uses them correctly. And last week when he lost to the Broncos, this is why probably the Dolphin fans are feeling so confident about beating the Chiefs. Why? Because we beat the Broncos by 50 and the Chiefs lost to them? The guy was sick. The guy was sick. He had a flu or whatever the case may be, and he still played. Gotta respect that.
I don't like I'm gonna say this: if the Dolphins lose in a close game, the fraud narrative is still stupid. If they get blown out, I can at least listen to it. And I'm telling you, when they win,
Why?
will.
You luck into a mutual site game against the defending Super Bowl champions.
You luck
right as your team is starting to get healthy. Yeah, you think we have nearly as good of a chance winning this game if it's in Kansas City?
I would.
No, we
would
lucked into this game being at a neutral site.
Oh my God, Ryan, that's one of the worst things you have ever said.
No, it's not. I've heard some crazy crap
against the Chiefs. Get out of here with that, Ryan. That's a horrible take.
They have one of the best records at home in the NFL. Kansas City is one of the hardest stadiums to win in. And Tua has proven multiple times over that he cannot play in under 50-degree weather.
All three of you been clearly telling me that we're the better team, right? That there's no reason that if we lose, we're frauds. So it shouldn't matter if this game is played in Iceland, Poland, Germany, your mama's, your daddy's, Kansas City.
We're the better team. This team is the better team than Buffalo, and we lost to them by 4 touchdowns.
Okay. I think this team is better than Buffalo. I will agree with you on that.
And we lost to them by 4 touchdowns.
And this team just lost. What is it, 19 or 17-9 to the team that we beat 70-20 last week?
With their quarterback playing with the flu, and it's a divisional game, and it was on the road.
I agree with you on the divisional game. I've been preaching that for the last 2 weeks about the Buffalo game, or 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So
yeah, but we played a divisional game on the road and lost by 4 touchdowns. They lost by what, 8 points?
If we lose a close game, we
11
lost
points. I don't know what was the score.
We lost a close game to the defending Super Bowl and MVP. Okay, Super Bowl champions and MVP. We get blown out. I won't like it, but I'll listen to the fraud nonsense. I'll sit here and just listen to it because I ain't got no choice to. But if we lose a close game, I don't know if I'm gonna accept the fraud nonsense because that's just
okay. So what if we lose that game and everybody else with a 2-loss record ends up winning? I mean, I don't want to say we won't be in contention for the AFC East if Buffalo wins, but we won't be in first anymore. So how does that domino effect help us or favor us?
We got 9 more weeks, Cap. Long season to go.
Gotcha.
Got a whole other half of the season, sir.
Gotcha.
Got a whole other half of the season.
And Steven, did you see Sam Howell versus the Eagles, how he played compared to Tua?
Say that one more time, Pete.
Did you just go look at the highlights? Look at Sam Howell, the way he
compare Sam Howell to the current MVP leader in the NFL, Tua Tagovailoa. That's what I thought.
This is what I don't get, Steven. Why haven't we paid Tua yet? Why isn't he a paid man? Why haven't
because they have questions about his health?
A brand new question
because
about
they
his
have
health.
questions about his health.
Hold on. Did you not see him run on 4th and 6 last week and get a first down? What question?
Yeah, and did you see him not? Did you not see him do that multiple times last year before his first concussion?
You're scarred from Kansas, just like us old heads. You're scared from losing so many years. You're out of here, my friend. Go stand in the corner and think about it. Ryan, you're taking control for the next 10 minutes.
Why am I taking control? Whatever, fine.
They got Steven out of here. That's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? Like when you're not right, that's what these guys need to do. Time these guys out because it gets to some point they just don't. I don't get what they're talking about sometimes.
So you want to ask about Tua and the contract situation. The fact on it is that they're not in a hurry. They have his 5th-year option picked up for next year already, so he's under contract for a full another season at a rate lower in which they would end up having to pay him on an extension anyway. And B, they are still definitely in shock or what have you about his injury history. He has not played a complete season without injury at any point in his football career, collegiate or professional, maybe even high school. I don't know his high school numbers.
We're about to San Diego Chargers this thing. Watch, we're gonna be the new Chargers. That's gonna be hilarious. This guy for 2 years in a row, right? And I'm still questioning the guy.
Busting your balls. Look, I think y'all are crazy.
Hey, how'd you come back?
Hold on, Steven. Hold on, Steven. Because look, we're about to San Diego Chargers this thing with Tua, right? It's almost the same. It's almost the same, minus the difference in injuries, right? But they didn't trust him. They didn't trust him. They didn't think his arm was gonna be good. They let that guy walk.
Are you talking about Breeze?
Yeah, when he was a Charger,
Okay.
and they drafted Phillip Rivers, and they ran the gun with Phillip Rivers. This is what's gonna happen.
Oh, you're talking about Cam Cameron, the guy who ended up being the Dolphins coach?
No, I'm talking about the Chargers head coach that decided to move off of Breeze.
Yeah, Cam Cameron. He ended up being the Dolphins coach.
Yeah. So this is what's gonna happen to us, bro. Look, 2 years in a row, this guy halfway point is sitting at MVP talks, and this guy's not paid. And now they're still gonna question this guy's durability. That's the reason why you don't want to pay him. So how much do you really believe in him? How? If this guy's on 4th and 6 running for first down.
Internally, they went into this season full well knowing that they wanted to see Tua 17 games before discussing a new contract. They did the 5th-year option instead of extending him early.
Oh, Steven, Ryan's on point, man. He's not lying, man.
They see him last. They want to see him stay healthy. If they can see him stay healthy the full season, they will work out a deal in the offseason. He will not pay him to play on the 5th-year option next year. He will have a new contract. But I guarantee you, they are waiting to see
who was gonna get that bag
through the whole season.
Who was gonna get that bag this offseason?
Yeah, but Steven, what Ryan's saying is true. He's gonna get that bag, but it depends on what he does this season. So if we go into week 9, if we go into week 9 being in first place, and after week 9, the conference being so tight, we can be in first place and end up in the wild card hunt after week 10 or 11.
Y'all trip me out.
What you mean?
It's not going to be pretty. The only way this season is going to survive, honestly, Steven, is if we beat the Chiefs. We
have to beat the Chiefs, bro.
We have to. If we don't,
to beat the Chiefs.
Fluky is. You don't see it, Steven.
This does feel like as close to a must-win game as we've had all season.
This
100%. Just like the Eagles. That's why the Eagles game would have had us not believing and feeling this way, Steven. We would have been sitting here saying, okay, we have a chance against this Super Bowl contender.
Let me ask you,
we
what
have
if we
a
lose?
shot.
Time out. Listen, here's a narrative. What if we lose on Sunday and then win out the rest of the games and go on to win the Super Bowl?
That's why I was bringing
the
up
narrative will end
buddy.
once one of those wins comes against a winning team.
How? That's not even a gimme.
When's the next game? When's the next game against a team with a winning record after the Chiefs game?
Hey, real quick, bro. Hey, I saw you earlier talking about the coughing and the kids and stuff. You got to check your vents and your duck boards, bro. Make sure they're not full of lint and all that crazy crap, bro.
Yeah,
that shit'll make you cough for real.
The Dallas Cowboys, Baltimore Ravens, and Buffalo Bills, the final 3 games.
So Dallas is the next. So Christmas Eve is the next winning record we face.
Yes.
So don't win on Sunday. You can get used to that fraud narrative existing until
for the next month and a half. Wonderful.
Yep.
Love it.
It doesn't matter how it doesn't win out the whole way between now and then. If they don't beat the Chiefs Sunday, you will hear nothing but Dolphins are frauds beating up on scrubs from now
if they don't beat the Chiefs Sunday, they can be in the wild card hunt. Real simple. They won't be in first place anymore.
Yeah, nobody's going to look at them for the division. Nobody's going to look at them for 1 or 2 seeds. They'll be looked at as a wild card.
I get this from Pete and Cap, Ryan. I'm disappointed in you, Ryan.
Hey,
I'm proud of how you get disappointed on reality.
It's the simple reality of it, Steve.
Ryan knows his math. He's not this could happen or the next 4 games are in the bag.
Looking at the numbers.
Ryan lives in West Virginia. He don't know much. Okay, all right.
You live in Mississippi, which has the 50th rated education system in the country. So you no longer have anywhere to go.
Open for that one. He got you with that one.
Ryan's my best friend, so I'm just gonna give him all the crap in the world. Look, I'm just disappointed in you, Ryan. You just disappoint me today. That's all.
You can be disappointed in me all you want, but how about instead you be disappointed in the reality of the numbers? The numbers are we don't play another team with a winning record unless the Jets keep doing what they're doing, and maybe they have a winning record by one of those 2 games, but more than likely not. So look for Christmas. You don't beat the Chiefs on Sunday. Everyone will be referring to the Dolphins as frauds that can't beat good teams for the next month and a half.
100%, Steven. And I'm glad I have a soldier up here talking about it. Cap agrees. And that's just the reality. And these are my
Like
concerns.
whoever wanted
I'm
to
not going to be
bamboozle you
happy.
thinking last week was a statement game, whoever tried to mind bleep you with that, last week was not a statement game. This is a statement game.
Nobody said that.
You know what I'm shocked? I'm shocked that we didn't go out and trade for a running back like Josh Jacobs. You see what I'm saying? Like the rebuilding Raiders, we didn't go out and try to snag something up from the tanking Raiders right now. Seriously? The second half football changes, Steven. All of the passing, you have to do better running, and our running game is not good. It hasn't showed up against quality teams. What are you going to say, that we're missing A-Chain? You think A-Chain is going to actually... We saw A-Chain doing more jet sweeps and tricky plays than actually being a running back, running it down the middle of the hole. So that was more gimmicky than anything.
I got to respond to you on that, though. It seems like the running game seems like it's doing well.
One of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you
Can you hear it?
close to anything that could be considered a rational
Oh,
thought.
you can't hear it, can you?
I heard it, man. That was painful. I mean, why?
Yeah, but there's only one guy that got timed out up here so far today. How about that, Steven?
Here we go. Okay. One more time for you.
What you just said
I don't know why it's not
is
playing.
one of the most insanely
It's playing.
things I
It's
ever
playing.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Look at the selections in the back. What does it
Everyone
say?
in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
4
I
years
award you
in,
no
right?
points,
And they're
and may
talking.
God have mercy on your soul.
Listen to this other crazy thing.
Everybody in this room is now dumber having listened to you, Pete. Okay.
No,
Everybody in this
Steven,
room.
listen to this other crazy one, because this is the funny one, right? Before I came up, right, I saw Tua's little interview in Germany right now. They're asking this guy, 4 years in, this guy's been in the NFL for 4 years. They're asking this guy now in Germany in an interview, how do you say your full first name? This is like why can't we talk football? It had to be, like, what is your first name? Can you say your first name? This is 4 years in, guys. He hasn't, like, this is, I just, some things I don't believe. I just can't believe sometimes the questions, and you can't blame them. You can't blame them, the questions they have, because they get scripted. They can't ask real football questions. I don't know. Go look around the league how they treat other quarterbacks. They have to literally break down plays. Oh, what happened on this play? Well, I saw the safety come down and boom, boom, boom. They talk their talk. When do we get that out of our quarterback? Like interviews, I can't believe them. It's always about some sort of charity or something. Like, it's good, but when are we going to get football? When are the questions going to be football? It's always about, oh, you threw the deep ball. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's another issue here. But pay the man 2 years in a row for early season success without the ending. Let's see how the ending goes. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know
question.
how I was the only one timed out today. It makes absolutely no sense. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense.
I got a football question for you.
We're making dollars. We ain't making sense over here, bro.
Why is it that we're trashing on the running game when it seems like the only times the running game is actually not working is when Mike McDaniel just abandons it? Like, it's
the
not
only
not
thing
working.
I don't like. No,
He abandoned
you know what?
the running game against the Eagles. We were averaging almost 6 yards a carry when he stopped running the ball. They were averaging over 5 yards a carry last week against New England when they stopped running the ball. Didn't start again until the fourth quarter.
Ryan is not lying, bro. That's becoming a thing, bro.
Like
Yeah, but at
McDaniel
some
said
point-
in the offseason, I'm not going to abandon the run like I did last year. I didn't mean to do it, and I'm not going to do it. And he's just doing it again.
People are asking him
and
in
it's
chat, do you
resulted in
hate
2
the Dolphins?
losses. He abandoned the run against Buffalo. He abandoned the run against Philly, and he mostly abandoned the run against New England. He seemed like somebody reminded him, and that's how we ended up holding on this past week and then putting the points up and win it. But they got to stop abandoning the run.
The only thing I was going to say to that, Ryan, look, we're in a situation where more than likely we always have the better receivers compared to the corners we're facing. Our receivers just can't be stopped. So at some point, you just need to abandon the run,
Except they are
because the
being stopped.
matchup is no, they're not being stopped. You can't stop
Philly-
Tyreek. You
Tyreek had
cannot
88
stop
yards against Philadelphia.
I never knew 88 yards was stopping somebody.
For Tyreek, that's stopping him.
But that's still great. 88 yards a game will still give you so many yards throughout the season. Think about that.
That's fine, but if you are averaging,
you're like a 1,600-yard receiver.
He
wants to average 150. That's what he wants to average.
5.5 to 6 yards a carry, and you're having spurts through the game where your passing game just isn't doing it, because that's what happened in Philly. You had stretches of that game where they were just throwing incompletes, throwing screens that weren't amounting to anything, and they weren't running the ball, but running the ball was getting almost 6 yards a tick. Like, you can't just say, oh, we've got the better receivers, let's throw the ball a lot. You also have some damn fine running backs.
Ryan, but Ryan, if you go back to the Philly game, remember they got ball first. They go down. It feels like I don't got the numbers right, but this is what it feels like right now. They went on a 15-play opening drive and kicked the field goal and chewed out a whole bunch of clock, right? So by that game plan right there, you said, oh man, these guys are gonna try to chew clock. You have to have Tua go out, spread it out, and score big points.
Stephen D. What's going on?
Or you return the favor and chew the clock right back.
If you go down on your opening drive, Ryan, score a touchdown, you put the pressure on them.
Hold on. Flip side, I have clearly said from the top of my lungs that we're going to win on Sunday. Didn't say that we weren't. I just said if we don't. Let me tell you again to make sure y'all heard. If we don't, we're still not frauds.
Nah, bro. Flip side, right, bro.
Well, hold on. You said we're still not frauds, but you will start believing in it, right? The next time, you did say that. It's all recorded. It's recorded, buddy. Oh yeah, you did say if we get blown out, you said you'll listen to it until the Christmas Eve game, I believe.
But what if they lose, Steven? What if they lose 17-10?
That's
and the touchdown that we got was a kick return.
With Waddle and Hill on the field, if you have Mostert, Waddle, and Hill on the field, and we only scored 17 points.
What if something like that happens? Are you going to say it then that Kansas City's defense shut down this offense?
First of all, let's actually.
But our defense then shut down Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but
Denver's
first of all,
defense shut down Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
That's not a great feat.
Yeah, but look, check this out. Let's be honest here. We're going against Andy Reid, the guy that drafted Tyreek Hill. Hold on.
No. I guess winning a Super Bowl and an MVP of the NFL means nothing anymore.
Andy,
that's what you guys are saying. You guys are just clearly
that was last year, man. That was last year. This is this year.
It doesn't matter.
This year.
Steven.
This year.
Steven, I'm gonna go out on the limb. And any player prop on Tyreek Hill, just bet the under this week. You're gonna hit money. I feel it. You know why? This is simple. Andy Reid was the one that drafted Tyreek Hill. Andy Reid knew how to work with Hill with Alex Smith, because even Alex Smith, Tyreek Hill made Alex Smith serviceable again in Kansas City, if we tend to forget, right? Andy Reid is shutting out Tyreek Hill Sunday. You could bet the book on that. He's shutting him out. He's taking him out because he knows what Tyreek Hill means to an Alex Smith type quarterback. And that's what we have. An Alex Smith comparison. Hey, Pam.
I didn't wear boots today. Steven, I didn't wear boots today, but I should have. Good Lord, the crap that's going on in here. Come on, man.
What happened, Pam?
It's bad, Miss Pam.
Pam, I just want to hear what your thoughts are. If we lose to the Chiefs, are we frauds? We can't beat winning teams?
Wait a minute. How many wins did you say the Dolphins were going to get, Pete? 5?
I said 6.
Oh, you did not. You did not. You said 4 or 5, as a matter of fact.
Halfway through the year.
I feel like I remember
6
him
wins.
saying 6.
I said
Pete
6 wins.
is a fraud.
Hey, Pete, Pam's about to choke us both through that.
It's the second season. Like, we can lose out.
I don't know what the heck you're drinking.
Yeah, it might sound impossible, but we can lose out, Pam. What if we lose to the Chiefs? You know what? That's going to knock the dust. That's going to knock the soul out of the locker room. The media's going to eat them alive. As soon as we lose on Sunday, the media's going to eat them alive. Frauds.
You know what?
I
don't care if we lose on Sunday. That is not our real test. Our real test is for the entire season. Get a clue. When we get after the bye week, this is going to be for real. Okay? For real. We are deadly after the bye week. And we're going to win Sunday, by the way. I'm just saying it right here. We are going to win Sunday. That is a game I've seen us as winning all year long. I called for this game before the season started that we're going to win, and that was before I saw how they were playing. Seriously, this is a fraud. The whole thing y'all are saying is a fraud, and the people calling the Dolphins are a fraud is from fraud experts. They're not experts. They're stupid people on a little narrative because one person said fraud. Let's jump on the bandwagon. I can tell you right now, fraud.
I was one of the
They're all
first ones to
fraud.
tell this fan base is fraud. They're stealing their takes from me, and let's be honest.
You be honest, Pete.
I don't understand the I just
You made me come back up here.
Disappoint me, Pete. Disappoint me, Ryan. You disappoint me, Kevin.
I mean, I don't even understand what they're looking at. For Ryan to say we abandoned the run in the
Pam, what
Philly
are we
game.
eating? What are we eating for lunch, Pam?
I'm having grilled ahi with a Caesar salad.
God damn, now I need that in my life.
I'm waiting to go
You
get the
wanna
country
ask
beer.
why-
man.
You want to ask why I'm saying we abandoned the run game?
No, I'm going to tell you why
just go
that
look
take
at
is
the
wrong.
Philly game.
Well, at the Philly game, for example, we
that's a
were
loss.
cheated out of our
the Bills
full
game.
game
Okay.
resume
All right.
because
The
you know why?
officiating was terrible in that game, but we had plenty of non-calls and calls go our way as well that didn't get flagged.
In Philly?
To the
Are
degree
you
that
kidding
Philly
me?
did, no.
In
But
Philly?
the
Oh,
bad
for God's
officiating
sake.
did go both ways. The bad
That is
officiating
just-
did go both ways, and we have to look at. And with that, we have to stop
listen,
acting like it was like
if
we were
they
targeting
had
that officiating
thrown-
because this is a league-wide issue.
Ryan, I already heard what you said about it. You didn't hear what I said about it. So if they had thrown a couple of meaningless flags in the fourth quarter, then I can understand that they could get away with saying they didn't really cheat us, but they did. They didn't throw a meaningless flag in the fourth quarter. That whole game was bull crap, and you know it. We were forced to abandon the run because we were behind and time was tick-tock ticking. You can't run the ball.
We were within one score almost the entire game.
Yeah, Pam.
Don't say we were losing and time was
Pam, you
ticking.
got a
We
lot of
were
background noise,
within
Pam,
one
just maybe.
score the whole time.
But that wasn't because of us. That was a fraud on the NFL right there. A complete fraud.
That's fine. It was a terribly officiated game, but we got to stop acting like we're the only ones that are the victims of that.
When's the last time you saw a team with no penalties? Tell me that. Tell me, when's the last time you saw that?
It's the seventh time in NFL history that one team had double-digit
History.
penalties
How
and the
long
other
has the
team had
NFL
zero.
been around?
But regardless, we weren't
not
even the ones that got
regardless.
screwed the hardest over that weekend.
Not
We
regardless.
didn't even
I
have
mean,
the worst calls against us.
We get lucky versus Buffalo. Listen.
So we got to
Ryan,
stop
I
with
cannot believe you're standing on this.
You can't stop when somebody takes the game from you.
Ryan, this is the worst argument you have ever fought for in your life.
No, you just don't like it, Steven, and it's a fact, and I'm trying to get in and say it. Look at how our look at our running game versus the teams that count. The two losses that we have on the season, Bills and Eagles. If it wasn't for A-Chain's lucky long run, we literally have almost like 30 yards rushing versus Buffalo, and we ended like 45 yards
now it's
rushing
luck
versus
when we
Eagles.
get a long run. Now it's luck when
we were
If it wasn't for Philly lucky roughing the passer, if it wasn't for Philly's lucky roughing the passer,
first quarter.
Touchdowns,
it
remember?
gave them a first down when we brought up fourth down. Quit being ridiculous.
That's fine. We had 3 more quarters to do anything. Raheem Mostert had 9 carries
not
the
with
whole
the rest.
game.
What about the
carries?
Did you see the last? Did you see the last pass to Tyreek? He was being held so bad. Just let me ask you this question. Did you see the last pass to Tyreek? He was being held so bad, and he started to throw his hands up to the refs to ask for a flag, and then he just put him down because he knew damn well he wasn't going to get it. That is an absurd situation.
Just so
This
you know,
whole game was absurd.
timeouts and bans are still on the table, and the fact that nobody besides me has been timed out and banned today is utterly ridiculous. Because what you guys have tried to preach on here for the last 30 minutes have been nothing short of an atrocious take.
What are you talking about, Steven? You already agreed to it. As
Steven.
long as we get blown out by the Chiefs, you're gonna be calling us up here frauds as
No,
well.
I said I will.
If we lose 34-17 to the Chiefs, you're gonna be up here start whispering
call for the
behind
game
closed doors.
last week,
You might
Pete?
not say it live on the show, buddy, but you're gonna do it privately. You're going to do it That's basically what you said.
Pete,
I'm gonna be
zip
listening
your
to
little
it and
list.
talking about
What
this
did you say
fraudulent
for the
team
game on
private
Sunday? Did
conversation.
you say we would lose Sunday? Did you say we'd lose to the Patriots?
100% we were gonna lose on Sunday.
But we
Hey, I gotta
didn't.
go, guys. Thank you for
We
having me
didn't.
up, Steven.
You were
One of the
wrong
best morning
again.
shows in the
Why are you
world.
leaving, Pete?
Fins up, baby. No, I gotta go. Something came up. But guess what? Guess
Oh,
what?
thank God.
All I want to hear is Dolphin fans saying we're gonna beat the Chiefs all week. Fins up. Y'all have a good one.
He's a
Good
fraud.
Lord.
He's a fraud.
He's a fraud. For
That's the
sure.
fraud.
Thank you. Definitely a fraud.
Ryan, you're my best friend, and I'm so disappointed that you attached your trailer
Look.
to Pete this morning.
Look, no, hold on.
This is
She wants to dispute the fact that they abandoned the run.
This is almost an unforgivable offense that you have committed, Ryan. Almost an unforgivable.
I'm putting the numbers out, and that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing is putting the numbers out. And in two losses, in our
So
two
Ryan, let
losses,
me ask you something. Are the numbers the whole story?
and 11
Ryan,
against Philadelphia.
Hold on.
Ryan,
Hold on, Pam.
Ryan,
People are going to
are the numbers the whole story? Are the numbers the whole story?
The number of carries show that
Do
the
numbers tell the entire story? Because that is
if you know how to look at the numbers tell the story.
Right.
No, they don't.
The numbers
No,
will
they don't.
always
They
tell
tell
the
part
story.
of the story.
They tell part of
The
the
numbers will always tell the whole story if you look at all
That
the
is
numbers.
not true. No,
you look
that
at
is
all the
that is
numbers,
a
you
load
have
of
the whole
crap.
story.
Ryan said men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. That's what Ryan said. But Ryan,
Numbers do not lie.
So if the numbers tell the whole story, then the Miami Dolphins are the best team in the NFL. Face it.
Not
There
if you
you
look
go.
at all the numbers.
You
have to look at
all
all
the numbers, Ryan. Look at them all.
You have to look at all the numbers, and all the numbers show that the
If
head
you look
coach
at all the
does
numbers,
not-
the Miami
does
Dolphins
not
are the best team in the
consistently play
NFL.
ball. No, that's not accurate because they don't even have the best record in
Yeah,
the
it is.
NFL, and record
It's
is part of
accurate.
the numbers. 6-2 is our numbers. Those are numbers which clearly state they are not the best team in all of the
I love
NFL.
you, but your
They are
background noise.
tied for second in that regard.
Pam, your background noise is horrible.
Opponent winning percentage is a number you have to look at. You have to look at all of the numbers. You can't cherry pick numbers.
That's not you, Pam. That's Ryan's background noise.
Oh, okay.
Or no,
I'm sure it's probably it's probably the.
So take a look. I'm right here. Look. That's the Intercoastal Waterway in Titusville, Florida.
After he left, Lewis.
No, I know. Well, Pete.
Lewis, my good friend, tell him something real, Lewis.
You showed up, Lewis, after he left. You're a fraud. Just like he told us for the last 40 minutes, and Ryan did too. And I'm really upset with Ryan, and I don't know if I can ever forgive him for this. Because everybody's
get
gonna be
over
like
it.
your best friend who agreed with Pete.
Well,
That's how people are gonna,
Even a blind squirrel.
Let me
finds
just
that
say this.
every now and again, all right.
Let me just say this because
I don't see any blind squirrels, first of all.
Let me just say this because again, the running nonsense. I'm not, I think that's a horrible debate anyway. I'm not here for the running game. I just want to shut down a narrative, and I'm not talking about 2020, 2021, I'm not living in the past no more. I hate those conversations. We're going to talk about 2023. This false narrative that Miami don't beat good teams and we're frauds. Let's put that to bed right now, Steven. The Buffalo Bills. Look at the resume they have. They beat the Raiders. Are the Raiders a winning team?
Nope.
No, they are not. Does the Washington Commanders have a winning record?
Nope.
Do the New York Giants have a winning record?
Nope.
Those are the teams Buffalo has beaten. They've also
And
lost
the Miami Dolphins.
Tell him, Lewis.
Again, so one anomaly. They beat Miami. So if Miami beats Kansas City this week, then we're just like Buffalo, right? Contenders. We got to stop with this fraud.
As I said, you beat Kansas City, the narrative ends. You don't beat them, the narrative continues. That's all I've ever said this whole time.
But if we lose to Kansas City, we're not frauds. And you said we would be. You were agreeing with Pete.
I said the narrative continues.
Ryan.
No,
you definitely
said you did.
I said the narrative continues until you win the game.
Ryan.
All I said is that the narrative that you will have to continue dealing with the narrative. I don't think the team is frauds. I think they win this week. But I was never asked that question.
Now you're not agreeing with Pete.
I was never agreeing with Pete that the team is frauds. I was agreeing with Pete that the narrative stays.
Don't know who you are. I'm gonna start calling you Pete because that's what you sounded like.
All I ever said. And go back and listen to the tape.
No,
all I ever said.
We heard it.
All I ever said was that you will have to continue dealing with the media narrative until this team beats a team
Wayne
with a winning
said,
record.
yes, you did, Ryan. Don't backpedal now.
You also said the flags didn't matter in that Philly game.
Yeah, and Pete
I did not say the flags didn't matter. I said that the officiating was bad overall, and that we need to stop. And we need to stop blaming that.
Pete said,
John.
How you doing?
The officiating was bad overall, and not just in that game last week.
John,
Indianapolis had their game literally stolen from them on the last play.
PJ Maxx
from officiating.
PJ Maxx said Ryan was Pete's big brother. That's who
actually
Ryan
last two plays for them.
The rest kept us out of that game, if you really think about it.
All I know, I heard Pete say if we lose to Kansas City, we're frauds. Steven started arguing it, right? And I heard Ryan say, I don't know why you're arguing it, Steven. Pete's right. So don't sit here and say that you said you didn't say that. We heard what you said.
We
you said if we lost to Kansas City, we would be fraud.
Ryan,
you're misunderstanding what I said.
No, we ain't.
You're misunderstanding what I said.
Ryan, we are picking up.
I never said. First of all, I never said Pete's right. I said he's not wrong. There's a difference.
Ryan, you're the worst, Ryan.
But I never said this team was frauds, and I never said they were going to lose this game this weekend.
I'm thinking you got issues because that fence is right up your butt. That's what I'm thinking. You've been sitting on that fence, and you're trying to play both sides.
All I ever said
got chafing issues from the
media narrative will continue. All I ever said was the media narrative will continue. Until this team beats a team with a winning
one
record,
side or the other.
The media narrative will continue. I said you'll have to deal with it for another month and a half if they lose.
All I know right now,
just take the L. We caught you in the lie.
Right now, I guarantee you, Ryan, right now.
My head.
Hey, Steven, I guarantee you, Ryan right now is wearing some high water pants, white socks, and some penny loafer shoes, and he's moonwalking like Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing right now.
That sounds just like Ryan.
It sounds just like what Ryan.
That's what I pictured. When I picture Ryan, that is the Ryan that I picture. You're right, Lou.
He got some high waters, white socks, and penny loafers.
You know what they say, Ryan? Keep your enemies close, keep your friends closer. I mean,
they say the other thing, Steven.
They say the other way around, Steven.
No,
it's the other way around.
No, they definitely say keep your friends closer. Because I don't know what you are. Are you a
enemies closer? Enemies closer, Steven.
Okay. No, that's not the narrative I'm putting out because I was told all morning that the Dolphins are frauds and that this team is fraudulent.
I heard it. I
heard it.
That's all I heard. That's all I heard for 45 minutes from Pete and Ryan. And now Pete left, and now Ryan's talking about
No.
I didn't say that at all. That's not what I said.
Look, I will restate exactly. Look, let me make this very, very clear.
Well, we
where
heard
I
you
stand.
loud and clear.
Let me make this very, very clear where I stand. I do not believe this team is fraudulent. However, they have not proven to anyone that they aren't. And until they beat a team with a winning record, the media narrative that they are frauds will continue. That is all I said. That is exactly how I feel about this situation.
Hold on.
That's cat. That's cat.
Unlike Pam, I think we got robbed against the Eagles.
We did get robbed, John. I agree with you, John. I 100% agree with you. We got robbed. But according to Ryan, the numbers don't lie. We can't keep using that as an excuse.
Say it all you want.
Yeah,
the officiating was terrible in that game, but we were in that game in the last 6 minutes, and it wasn't bad officiating that robbed it from us in the last 6 minutes. It was poor play calling. It was poor defense and poor play calling that cost us the game in the end.
Lewis, give me your
We were
say.
never going to win that game. Okay?
Steven,
the refs wouldn't have let us.
That's cat. That's a cat.
All right, so let me ask you this. If they throw the flag on that Raheem Mostert play, where they like basically tackled him in the end zone, we get the ball at the 1. That you're telling me that doesn't change the game?
That's going in.
No, that of course changes the game. That of course changes the game.
And the Cedric Wilson face mask that should have been pass interference as well would have put it first and goal for Miami from the 5-yard line.
And the Tyreek Hill.
Sure it would have. And that would have made a big difference at the end of the game. But what I'm saying is the way the whole game played out up to that point, we were in the game still in spite of the bad officiating. And at the end of the game, it was not bad officiating that gave Philly 2 touchdowns to win by at the end of the game. It was bad defense in those last 2 drives that Philly scored on us, and it was bad play calling towards the end that cost us the game in the end.
It wasn't bad defense. It was serious holding. Are you kidding me? I can't even imagine what you're looking at.
We still could have won that
Good
game.
Lord.
Had they tightened it up.
We could have, but they made it next to impossible. Seriously.
The refs wouldn't have let us win.
We were held to a completely different standard. We might as well have not taken the field because they weren't going to allow it.
Look, here's what I'm going to say. And I'm not going to say anything else. Actually, here's what I'm going to say, and then I'm going to go back to work because my lunch break ended like 10 minutes ago.
Don't get fired.
I am going, I put a big spiel up about this on social media, and I had said then that it was the last I was going to say about that Philly game, but you dragged it out of me, so I got to restate the same thing. And based off the other sport that I watch a lot of, which is mixed martial arts. Do not leave it in the judge's hands. Play the game.
Okay.
Refs' bad calls are not what's going
But when they take it from you and give you no choice, that is a different scenario.
There's always a choice.
Different.
You can always.
Oh my gosh! There was no way they were going to let us win that game. No way.
100% of the play calls.
Ryan, here's what I've learned today.
You can't look at that game and tell me 100% of the defense.
Ryan, here's what I've learned today.
Was on point.
Hold on, Ryan. Here's what I've learned today.
Don't let the judges decide the outcome.
Here's what I've learned today, Ryan. You listen. You think you know somebody. You think you care for somebody. You know them. You give them your heart, your world. And then they just stomp on it like it's nothing. And you come in here.
Steven, I want to address the thing. Ryan, I want you to listen for a second.
Hold up, Miss Pam.
Ryan, I want you to listen for a second.
Can't wait.
I need to tell Ryan right now. Ryan, you broke my heart, man. You broke it into a million pieces. You agreed for 45 minutes with Pete. This is blasphemous. I don't. This is
even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again.
Ain't nobody talking about no blind squirrels.
Steven, before he goes, let me talk to him for a second. I want to tell him something from real life. Ryan, listen, from real life. I want to tell you, I judge dance competitions all over this country. And I am telling you right here and now, there were people that were the best. And there were 2 judges sitting there saying, these people are the best. And one judge would throw that off, and the best did not win. So
you're going to compare it. You're going to compare a talent competition that is 100% based on nothing but judges, and compare that to what I said about sports that have more than just judges.
With good reason, because you're saying don't leave it in the judge's hands.
You're comparing apples to puppy dogs. They're 2 different things.
Oh, for God's sake. That is so insulting. That is so insulting that you don't take a real life experience and understand what I'm telling you. That is just insulting.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there are times that the
Ryan.
judges take crap
Ryan
out of
left.
your hands,
Ryan
and you
left.
got no choice.
Ryan left. How dare he? How dare he? Don't worry, Miss Pam. I'm gonna get on Ryan. Don't even worry about it, Miss Pam. I know. You know what?
Did he leave? Did he leave when I was talking to him? You know what? Let me tell you what. That right there shows he is scared. He can't handle the truth.
He can't handle the truth. He's right. Ryan is 100% scared. He a big scaredy cat. He lives in West Virginia. He out there in the boonies. We not even worried about Ryan right now. I'm so mad at Ryan. Ryan don't even know.
That is insulting. That's plain insulting. I'm giving you real life experience where judges are the final say, and I'm telling you how it works in real life. And to act like call it a talent contest. Dance has been around a lot longer than football. Ballet is for real. So I don't even want to hear that crap. What a load of crap.
It is a load of crap, man.
Even ice skating, you got officials that will be biased.
Yeah, man. Look, I hear you. I hear you. John, you got Superman 2 going in the background. You gonna get me flagged on YouTube, boy. You gonna get me flagged on that YouTube.
I mean that? I didn't realize when my TV on, actually.
Ryan, real quick, man, what's your final thought of the day? Or John, I'm calling you Ryan. John, what is your final thought of the day?
Don't be calling him Ryan.
I know. I don't want to insult John like that.
Ryan couldn't take it to the end. He couldn't handle it.
I think everybody's going to be back on defense, right?
Yep, and just about everybody.
Yeah, and Phillips and Williams should be back.
Yep, sure is.
And A-Chain may be back, right?
A-Chain is not going to be back. He'll be back
after
the bye week.
Not till the bye.
Yeah, after the bye.
Okay. Well, I still think we should win.
I agree with you, John. That's what I've been saying all along. People just want to be arguing with me for the sake of arguing.
I mean, our defense is only going to get better.
I like what Tom Serve said. He said Superman 2 was better than Ryan's take. 100% it was. And it wasn't even close. That's how bad Ryan's take was today, John. John, thank you for coming out, brother. I love you, man. Be good.
You take care.
We shouldn't show up in Germany because we're frauds anyway. So
we're frauds anyway, Lewis. We shouldn't even bother making the trip. We should just go there for a vacation and say, you know what, we're not gonna show up on Sunday.
Just stay in Miami, and that's the case.
That's right. We might as well stay in South Florida and just relaxed in the sun. And took 2 bye weeks, because we're frauds. I'm so upset right now. MCJB. We doing final thoughts, but I saw you in the back. I had to let you on for a hot minute. What's up, MCJB? Take yourself off mute. You're on mute.
Good afternoon. My bad. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I gotta put my seatbelt on.
Hey, driving safely is key, okay? We need you safe and sound. How's everything going in Georgia?
Just fine. How's everything in Mississippi?
Just fine there, MCJB. We're doing
Hey,
fine.
MCJB.
I start talking to people from the South for about 5 minutes. I start getting their accent too, and so I'm just gonna talk to you like you a good Southern folk. That's how I'm gonna talk to you.
Hey, there you go, partner.
There you go, partner. Put her there. Let's start saying Southern slang terms.
No, it's just using all your syllables in your. Put your emphasis on all the syllables.
Hey, MCJB, man, you got a final thought of the day before I let you
I
go?
love all his syllables.
I really do, though.
I love it.
Whoever said the Dolphins are frauds, they know where to find me. I'm gonna tell them straight up, they ain't no damn frauds in here. Damn frauds. Hold on, Steven. Hold on, though. We may have been frauds in the past, but the future is a gift, and this is why the present is a gift, and now we in the future living our best life. See ya.
MCJB, that's beautiful. That's just beautiful. I mean, you couldn't have said it better myself, MCJB.
That's a fact.
Facts.
Pamela, final thought of the day, Miss Pam. Final thought of the day. Oh, Miss Pam left. AJ, final thought of the day.
We gonna win. We ain't no frauds. Fans up. I see y'all next time.
All right.
All right, AJ, peace.
Oh, wait, we got Miss Pam back. Miss Pam, final thought of the day, Miss Pam.
Hello. So my final thought is I'm sick of the fraud narrative. We're not frauds. The people saying we're frauds are frauds. So the Miami Dolphins are for real. And we are fixing to find out. We are fixing to find out just how real we are. I had this game from before the season started that we were going to win this game. The Philly game was one that I had us losing. But after we started this season, I know we can win every game. So here on out, all the frauds, they're frauds. So stop being a fraud. Miami Dolphins are for real. We're going to win, y'all.
No matter what, Pam. No
matter what.
Hey, Pam, I'm sorry you had to deal with Ryan today. I apologize on behalf of my best friend. Like he knows not new. I don't know what Pete might have done to him. He might have him under some spell, and I gotta get that evil hex off him. That's what I gotta do, Miss Pam. But I'll take care of Ryan. Don't you worry about it. I'll let him know about dance and how he should never, ever be disrespectful of that, Miss Pam. I got your back. Nothing. Okay, good talk. Good talk.
Thanks, Stephen. I appreciate that because it's for real. Anybody that thinks the ballet class is muffin tops and marshmallows, come and see me. I'll show you different.
Yeah. Right, Miss Pam. Tell him. Lewis, get on camera.
That was ridiculous.
Today was, it was like Wildin' Out Wednesday.
You know what? I can't say it was ridiculous. It's like Wildin' Out Wednesday.
It's like Wildin' Out Wednesday. Pete came on. Pete was scared of you, though. He didn't come on when you were on.
Oh, Pete's definitely scared.
Pete didn't want no Lewis smoke. I think that's what it was.
Well, listen. I don't like to toot my own horn, but toot. I've been cooking today. You see what I'm saying? Like I've been on point today.
Now, you deserve a break, man. You deserve to go home and relax on this one, man, because you put in the work today. You were behind the grill, sweating, just cooking folk.
Look, I killed Von Joe earlier.
Yeah, I know, man. We just need to have a moment of silence for Von Joe.
Yeah. We put Von Joe to sleep. Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, thank you.
We're back.
Who else did you put to sleep today?
Well, I put Pete, Ryan now, just got put to sleep as well.
We're not going to have a moment of silence for them, though. They don't deserve that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, not for Pete, not for Ryan. We pour some liquor on their graves, okay? That's what we going to do.
Pour something
for the
on
homies. One for the homies.
Well,
I'm really disappointed in Ryan. I
am too.
You think you know someone, Lewis?
That was embarrassing.
It was.
It was definitely embarrassing.
I call him a friend. Like I'm very embarrassed.
It was embarrassing. Well, look, Stephen, I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. I think we do win against Kansas City. I'm gonna give a score prediction now. I say it's close, 27-23. Dolphins. For the fraud narrative, I think it's stupid. And a kind of argument or debate we were having today is all this big game narrative. Stephen, I'm trying to push that all these games now moving forward for Miami is big games because we're playing for playoff seeding, right? Like this.
We're not playing to just get in. We playing to be number one.
Exactly, Stephen. Remember when we were 8-8, 7-9, and those Tennessee games and the
remember
Buffalo
those
games.
Years, man. I remember those years.
You had to win to get into the playoffs, right? Now we already know we're going to be in. It's just where we're going to fall in the seed.
Yeah.
And right now we have an opportunity to be number one. So not just Kansas City's a big game. When we come off the bye, the Raiders game is a big game. The Commander game is a big game. The Jets game's a big game. So it is what it is.
Mudbone said Lewis been putting MFers in night.
You know what I do out here, cuz? You know what I do out here in the
Pete's
street?
takes are crazy, but Ryan going along with Pete is even worse, man. Nope. Hey, facts, Lorenzo. Facts. You
Hey.
ain't never lie, Lorenzo. You ain't never lie.
Shout out to Lorenzo, man. That's my oldest son's name, Lorenzo. So shout out to Lorenzo.
Shout out to Zoe.
Hey, I'm getting up out of here, Steven. I gotta go. I got stuff to do at the hub.
Hey, stay Cuban.
Cuban and black.
Stay Cuban and black. Love you, brother.
All right, Steven. Love you. Later.
All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, afternoon show, Wildin' Out Wednesday show. If y'all enjoyed the show today, donate. It helps. It goes such a long way into helping the channel grow. You can use the YouTube live super chat, which is the $sign below the bottom of the chat. You can use super sticker or a super chat. You can use Cash App or PayPal. And yeah, I'm just today was a day. It was a day today. I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. Tomorrow is Thursday. Should have Cameron and Tamaris on tomorrow for our pick'ems. I'm pretty excited to do it because all of them are going to be fire. All the games. I'm pretty excited to talk about this week's games. It'll be Throwback Thursday, so wear your throwback stuff. And I'll bring y'all on probably one at a time. We'll talk about this fraud narrative again if you want, whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. It was a lovely, amazing show. You guys are the best fans in the world. I couldn't do the show without you. I wouldn't do the show without you. So Clock Blockers, a show made for the fans, by the fans. I'm Stephen D. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
I know the whole city rising. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Vince for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. My intuition told me this. To trust the coach, he holds the gift. He knowing when to go with fit. So we knowing when to switch. This year we got the golden pick. Time to see what that pick about. Bad vibes get sent out. Only fans up in this house. We been